Should you ever be confronted with the temptation of taking that first puff of a marijuana cigarette, don't do it.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
The business of culture, any culture, is to perpetuate its cultural models. And if the hallucinogenic plants have not been integrated into the cultural model, then they are definitely seen as dangerous forces for an unpredictable sort of social change.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. Talk about DMT. The DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the drink. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, sentient, artificial intelligence, flora, and fauna alike, to the Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Hey, everybody, it's moonlight time. What the frick is going on with our background now? Is it the Spooktacular?
It's the Halloween Spooktacular.
Hit it.
Well, that's exciting.
That was
Is
my
that a sexual
contribution.
noise?
Usually.
I think so.
Usually.
Craig, you went to a haunted house, man.
I did go to a haunted house. Had a heck of a time.
Was it scary?
Shout out to the people that have a monopoly on all of the haunted houses in St. Louis. The Scarefest people. Not Scarefest. That's not what they're called. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they're called Scarefest. No, we went to Creepy World and had ourselves a real good time. Yep, used to be the old Silo X back in the day. Now it's like a 13 different immersive experiences as you went through. I got to take Landon out there. My brother joined me, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. We went out, had a real good time. I love the haunted houses, Steve. Haven't been in forever, but I absolutely like that. That to me is a real good time. It's a good way to spend a couple hours with the people you love. And
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
$25.
Oh, God, yeah, that's great.
Not a bad deal.
They were getting
Not a
up
bad
there
deal.
in prices back in the day.
Did a little hayride. Yeah, they were. It used to be like $60 to
Yeah,
run
it was,
through.
I think it was
one
like
of those bad
45 back in the day, and I was like, what?
Yeah, but for $25, it's pretty good value. And I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, there were a couple of features that my one friend was like, if you dug on that particular house, you need to go to the darkness because they really play
darkness
with that,
is great.
with
Yeah.
that a bunch. And they had this.
They're scary.
They
Like,
had this
weird.
3D. These 3D glasses before you go into one of the houses, like these disposable 3D glasses, and it didn't. When you took them off, you know, it was just kind of black light paint on the wall. But man, when you put those glasses on, everything was projecting off the wall.
Really?
It was really
With
cool.
3D
dude.
glasses?
It was really cool.
How'd they do that?
I don't know. I want to do it in here though. It was that. It was that
paint?
cool that I was like.
Was it a
"Damn."
paint thing?
It was just regular.
Were you on
black light
mushrooms?
paint. Was not on mushrooms.
No?
It was with my child. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
What,
But
could you do
although
one?
when I
Could
was
you
in
do
there,
one,
I
trip
was
it
like,
out?
When I was in there, could I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Well, I know
kind
you-
of at length. I think I'd be into it. I think it'd be kind of fun. There's a couple scenes especially that were pretty neat. It was cool, man. Like they had a few outdoor experiences, kind of Camp Crystal Lake, do that little vibe. They had a few, you're running from, they still have a piece of the Silo X build out. So it's like there's one part that's a nuclear fallout, but they had a couple of houses, bud, that were crazy. Like they had a Krampus one that I wouldn't think much about, the Krampus exhibit, but it was kind of unsettling just because of how different it was than everything else you'd already walked through,
Yeah.
And what I thought they did a really great job with, like they had a few jump out moments. They didn't get me a bunch on that, but they had 2 features where walking through it, you're like, well, this is just downright unsettling.
Well,
This is creepy.
you said Krampus jumped out and had just an abrasive, like
Erection.
10-inch dildo.
That was really weird.
It's abrasive,
Really weird.
man. Could you imagine that? That's frightening, dude.
I was
the devil with just a giant veiny erection. Could you imagine that chasing you? Could you imagine?
I have. I've
mean,
had
that's
dreams about it.
Coming fire.
I mean, that's kind
And
of.
fire ants.
Take your coat off and stay a while. Maybe I don't want to.
He's wearing green because we got a new light and we can
I can wear
decipher
green on the
between
screen
greens.
and not blend into it, so I'm taking advantage of it. I'm all greened up. I'm all green.
Oh, I like watching on Facebook. I hate to say that. I think it's because all the people are here. Dennison, get out of here, man. We're leaving Facebook. I keep leaving it every day.
Yeah,
I keep
we-
leaving it every day. I'm just going to stay on it, but
Fine.
not
I'm-
look at it.
It's whatever.
I'm just going to stay on it and not look at it.
I'm here for Monday nights.
Hi, everyone.
but
Hi.
On Monday mornings, here's what I'm just going to put out there for people. Look, we're going to put it out there, and if Facebook shuts it down, you can find us where they won't shut us down. On Twitch, on YouTube, on Periscope.
Yeah.
If you're a YouTube Premium, you can put it in the background of your phone and have it sitting there. You don't even have to have a premium account on Twitch or Periscope to put that thing in the background so you can still use your phone and still listen to the show live.
We got big things coming, guys. Big old things coming.
We do.
And I had a story about a haunted house back in the day, during the divorcee days after the divorce. The big D is what they called it. Big
D.
old D, right
Lot of D.
on there. All right on you, Steve. That's what my dad was like. What do I do with this kid? Oh God, what form a relationship? Ooh, okay. So he's like, yeah, haunted house. That'll be some bonding stuff. And so we went there, and he brought his friend, and he had 2 kids. And I believe I told the story about the guys coming to chase us in the car when we were there. Oh, native.
You gotta get a little bit of that native hemp.
good. Oh, baby, I want to do 2. I want to do 2.
Your brain might just become the biggest, most highly functioning brain ever if you do 2 of those.
I feel smart now. So I told the story about them scaring us. Well, we went with them a few years in a row. I don't know if it was the same year or if it was a year that was different than that. But
This is good feedback while you're figuring that out. Gemini Jen's trying out Twitch tonight. Likes it better than Periscope because the Restream bot probably puts the comments from everybody into the Twitch feed. Guys, Twitch
what you
is
want?
an awesome streaming
What you
platform.
want? That's where we're going. I'll leave everything behind for Twitch until Twitch screws me over, and then you, man. So I got my dad's friend by the belt loop because it's dark in this place. We get in this hallway.
And you don't want to lose track of your train.
I'm not losing track of my train. We're in a hallway. It's the last thing there, and it's a guy with a chainsaw, Mike and Seth, who are here. The chainsaw, okay? And he doesn't have it running. I take it doesn't probably have a blade on it, and he's just running it, and he's chasing people down. We know we're getting to this part. I can't lose the train, man. So my dad's friend somehow gets pulled in a different direction, and I try to take off. I'm gone. I'm out of here, man. Well, I run, and I still have the belt loop, but I'm not feeling any resistance, and I'm running through it, eyes closed. I get to the end of this thing. I got just this dude's belt loop.
The whole thing?
I got just
Ripped the whole thing off?
I
one
ripped
clean
just
yank?
off his jeans, off his Levi's or whatever he had going on, his Lees, probably his Lee Wranglers. So I had those things, and I get to the end of the thing, and I'm like, where is he? He got murdered, dude.
With an actual
With an
chainsaw.
actual chainsaw. Have you seen that footage where the guy goes into the haunted house and kills people, and they have it on footage?
No, but
It's like in Orlando
I
or
had
something.
this idea for a horror movie that involved that, and
It's
I wouldn't.
freaky as
I didn't
hell.
want to make it because it seemed like it would be a bad idea to put out there.
Yeah, probably. Hey, can I eat one of those, Mike? Tell them about our sponsors.
Well, our sponsors are Native Hemp Extract. We just took it. If you enter code
Got a new
HOSO at
deal going
checkout,
on.
you're going to end up getting 1,800 milligrams total cannabinoid goodness. Normally $120. It's $84 to your door. That's what you get.
That's
for being
great.
A fan of Hoosier Sophisticate. And let me tell you something.
That's great.
Dennison's just like in the lab, just concocting medicines. I got a little sneak peek of Pete. I got a little sneak peek.
Pete and Pete. Remember that show?
Pete and Pete and repeat. I got a little sneak peek of some cream that they're going to be coming out with. Some pain
I bet you got a
cream.
sneak peek of some
it.
cream.
Dennison put it on me. He said,
cream
"Here, you want
peek?
to see how good this feels?" And he just rubbed it on my nipples, which I don't hold a lot of pain in my nipples anymore.
Well,
I hardly have any feeling in my
You have a
nipples.
lot of CBD3 receptors in your nipples. A lot of people don't know that.
I did.
It's straight to your homeostasis, bud.
Just the little. Boop, boop.
Boop, beep, bop, boop, 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 boop. Come in, Tokyo. Another
Come
thing.
in, Tokyo.
What is that? What was that? What was that? Mork and Mindy? Where's he going?
Well, that's what he's talking about.
That's where that come in.
I only
Did
remember
Mork
tuning in
do that to
Tokyo
Mindy?
off of
Did Mork do that to Mindy?
cream
did.
all over you. Okay, listen.
This is
Dennison,
disgusting.
Get it
How
together,
dare you?
pal.
I'm gonna need you to hit me with a close up of me.
But let's talk about our sponsors, though.
Oh yeah, let's finish that up.
Our
and then hit me
sponsors,
with it.
Sweet Leaf Emporium. We're sitting in studios that Sweet Leaf makes possible for all of us. And we can do a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. And our business just took a massive leap forward, Steve. And we get to continue doing this show exactly how we want to do this show while finding other creative ways to not only make ourselves some money, Steve, but to make everybody who does business with us a little bit of money, to generate leads, okay? Because we have great sponsors. Like
We've
Sweet
proven
Leaf
it.
Emporium, like Native Hemp Extract.
Let us prove it
like
to you.
James Carlton State Farm. He's fantastical, guys.
There he is.
314-961-4800. 314-961-4800. The guy's going to get you insurance. You have things that you love, that you care about. Maybe it's just your life. Maybe you just want to insure your life. James can help you with that. Okay? That's the kind of business that you could be doing. I don't know exactly what's going on over here with the help, but something's real funny over here in the corner. We're working with Ms. Marketing, and we got a little ditty.
You wanna play that commercial?
With Ms. Marketing? We will in a second, I think.
Oh,
Do you want to give it to him now?
Could.
I can give it to him now. I don't
I'll
care
give it to him a
if you
couple
want to.
times. I'll give it to you guys a couple times.
We're working with Ms. Marketing because he likes to have fun. The guy's a natural in front of the camera. And you know what he does, Steve? Leads, bud. He gets leads right away.
He's the missing piece of the puzzle.
He's a missing piece of the puzzle, and we're
I'm
doing
sorry.
big things with him. So, without further ado,
He could
let's
change everything.
Let's just get this one out of the way, shall we?
I
Adam
don't want to
McChesney.
say it like that, but yeah.
Adam
let's get
McChesney.
it.
No, let's get it out of the way. I'm done talking about this guy. He's got perfect hair. He's handsome.
He's handsome.
And I'm tired of it. And
Not
I'm
this
all-
handsome,
Not quite this handsome, but
but close.
I don't know. We kind of all look like toes next to him.
He's
to be
just
honest
St.
with you.
Louis. He's just St. Louis 9.3.
He's a
We
niner.
put both of our pictures on Hot or Not. I got 9.4. He got 9.3. So,
Yeah.
but
That was because Steve
mine was
kept
straight
logging
my
in from other
butthole.
computers and like
I
voting
had
him as a 4.
a Bombay farm like
You had a click farm in India, vote him down and like yours. I like it.
and he still almost beat me.
We're gonna do.
Remember
fun
Hot
stuff.
or Not?
I remember Hot or Not.
That was fun.
We're gonna do fun stuff with
We're gonna do fun stuff.
with Adam McChesney of Ms. Marketing. We're going to help. We're just gonna get you a nice little funnel into your business of people that want to give you their money. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. That's what Adam's gonna help.
It's gonna
us
be
do.
good for you.
It's gonna be good for you. It's gonna be good for us. It's gonna be good for everyone.
Oh, it's gonna be great for us.
Get a little. I want you guys to see what you're working with when you're working with Ms. Marketing. Can you? kill
We're
that
writing a
desktop
song,
audio
too.
there, What's up? Kill that desktop.
We're
audio
writing a
for me.
song for Adam Bundren too.
Yep.
Oh, hey. It's Adam McChesney with Ms. Marketing. We specialize in lead generation, filling your pipeline, and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month.
And I became the strongest boy in the schoolyard.
He increased the revenue for my charter fishing business by 30% in 1 month. Ms. Marketing.
What was that Facebook algorithm? What was that Instagram? Ms. Marketing.
As what you see is what you get.
You're
4 leads from that.
Busting up Facebook and Instagram's algorithms every day. Every day, Steve-O.
Hit me with a close-up. Guy, thank you. Slowing up. Drag me up, too. Drag me up a little bit.
He can't do it in studio mode.
You can't do it in studio mode. Guys,
You can sit up.
I almost died last night.
You almost died last night?
Good call, Seth. Excellent call. I almost died last night.
Tell me about it.
I mean,
Tell me how close I was to actual happiness.
you were real close, bud. You were close to the joy of seeing my family bawling their eyes out, wearing all black in the rain around this hole in the ground.
You would
were
die when
close.
it's about to rain. You would.
You were close, bud. Guess what? Man, sex is wild, dude.
Turns out Bazzy got turned up a little bit the other night.
Oh, it was
huh?
9 Inch Nails. I took a page out of the color handbook, which Jenny said at that, actually, which I thought was weird. She was like, oh, a page out of the color handbook. And I was like, excuse me, woman.
How do you know?
Excuse me, woman. From what they said. I got to get in shape. That's the deal. Because, I mean, I don't want to get too graphic, but I will. You know when you're, I don't do squats anymore. I'm not. I rode a bike. It wasn't too bad on the legs. That's a Ferrari of bicycles. The more was the overall body beating. I was down in like a, you get down in like the catcher's crouch. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm gonna.
Now, are you in like a Tony Pena? You got a leg kicked out to the side?
No,
or?
no. My hips won't swivel like that anymore. I don't got Pena hips. Okay. Maybe on a good night, get a few beers in me. I got Pena hips.
Okay.
But I'm getting leverage from the back of the bed too. This is a great little deal we're going on. This is like my favorite thing. But I just get lost in the sauce, because it's just a hot image. It's great. Everything about it is like, it's when your young boy soul is like, this is what sex in my brain was when I was 15. Like this is what it's all about.
Sure.
And I must have been just going too hard, man. Too hard. Get lost in the sauce, baby.
I get it.
I was in the zone, going bazzy on it. Okay, going crazy. All right. We're transitioning into something else, and I start to get like, oh God, I can't. I'm like, okay, still trying to like, finish all jobs at hand. Get another one out there. I'm like, okay,
You're being kind of vague.
But then I'm like,
Okay, you paint me a picture, bro.
I'm trying to finish the job, Seth. You know what I mean? Just
Okay. Did a little DJ action there.
You know,
Scratching the record.
How was that again?
I know what my lady likes. Get it from all.
Damn, dude. You're like Funkmaster Flex.
See that? Hit me with the fucking. Get a screenshot of that. You want to jerk off? If you want to jerk off, get a screenshot of it. That's the Halloween episode. So, I'm starting to feel sick.
Sure.
Like I'm drinking or had drank something. Like you drink and have sex, you're like, whoa. Never really happened to me, but people be like, whoa, man, I'm just like, I'm on a helicopter blade or whatever. This, I was like, I got to lay down for a second. I am overheated or something.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, and I had eaten an edible, so sometimes your breathing gets weird, when you start to notice that you're breathing. Well, it felt like I was in control of my breath.
I know what you're talking about. It's like, I've never had to think about this before.
Yes.
Now I'm thinking about it, and it throws your pattern off because you're trying to consciously.
Threw my pattern
Yeah.
off. I was sucking in with I was in with the nose. I was out with the mouth. I was like, okay, I can bring this back right now. What's going on, bud? I can bring this back. I started to feel ill for a good probably, I don't know, 10 minutes. And I was having the time of my life. It's probably the foot, down by the foot. If Seth's foot keeps hitting that wire that I have draped like right underneath his foot. But I'm having the time. I go from having the time of my life to feeling like I just did the insanity workout. And the thing was, when you're working out, you're like, this sucks, man. I'm having a bad time. I can't wait till this is over. This was like, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. This is what I do now. Guess what? This is just what I do now. And about, it was probably like 5 minutes, you know. In my head, I'm like, it was 40 minutes of that, man. Just pound town. It was probably 3.5 minutes. And I felt like when I used to have track practice and I'm sprinting and back, leave it all out on the field and I'm crossing the finish line, you could almost lay down and just puke. I puked at when I was running a 2-mile freshman year of soccer. I puked everywhere, pulled the stomach lining from my ribs, pulled all the muscles from. It's called costochondritis. I had that going on. Still made the team, with a little will and determination. Still made the team with a little donation from my dad. So that was nice. I still got to be on the squad, number 26 out of 26. So what I need to do, I realized I need to get in shape. Okay, like I need to start eating better. I have been drinking more water. That's been helpful. Not gonna lie. I thought my body could live without water, and I started to watch the show The Island, and her piss was all dark, and I was like, man, that's gross. But then I was curious, because my piss is kind of dark sometimes in a toilet when it's mixing with water, and I'm like, if it's dark in the toilet with water, then what does kidneys do, boy? What them kidneys do? Fail. That's what them kidneys do, probably, eventually. So I'm drinking more water. I need to start eating better. You said something about the carnivore diet. I've always been on the carnivore diet, okay? I've always wanted to eat lots of meat, lots of succulent meats. But it's hard to just eat succulent meats all the time. Sure. And is the carnivore diet, that's all meat, right?
Yeah, there's
It's
quite
not all red meat, right?
quite a range of it, man. Yeah, so a lot of people that are on it for like autoimmune issues are eating exclusively red meat.
Meat cookies? This is a meat cookie.
That's not a meat cookie.
You said this is a meat cookie, Mike? No. Oh, you said you were going to give me a meat cookie later. Yes. Mike's got a meat cookie for us later.
Okay.
Is that like a sausage patty?
It comes with a cream pie.
You're disgusting, Seth.
You're sick,
fuck?
Seth.
It does.
A pervert.
You know, bukkake is like a Russian dessert, isn't it?
No, it's not. Baklava.
I think so. I think
is a Greek.
Well,
Greek.
you're all over the map over here.
Greek.
Now we're switching countries and desserts. Just that doesn't prove anything.
Where's Greece?
You
Greece
said
is the
European
word.
After I said Greek. It's Greek, bud. Let's not give the rest of the Europeans any credit, okay? Because I'll stand here all night long, claim that the Greek people came up with baklava, because I think it's important. It's important we take a stand right now.
Baklava is delicious, but let me just go ahead and take a shot at your Greek people.
Saganaki's where it's at.
Saganaki's the jam, bud. Kind of two different ends of the flavor spectrum, but
Yeah, but they kind of sound similar.
yeah. But baklava, like, I don't understand who thought like
Donada?
this is the texture that I want in my mouth. Like,
It's
is
nutty.
there any way you can get me something that's going to stick to everything in my face? Like, this pastry
Yours is
is
sticky?
all crunchy and like kind of. It's a weird texture. I like
You're
the
eating
flavor of it.
weird baklava,
I've
bud.
had the finest baklavas.
I
okay,
doubt it.
the finest.
You've
I've
had
traveled
Yaya's
the world.
baklava?
I have, yes. Okay. I
You
I
better
had
watch your
bakla-
mouth saying you've had Yaya's baklava, bud.
Well, go get some Yaya's baklava.
I can't, she's
Otherwise,
dead.
Well, make it then. If she didn't leave you the
She didn't leave me the
it's 'cause
recipe.
you weren't worth it.
She bought it from Garavelli's or some shit, probably.
Hey, Steve. I want you to know that tonight, Bundren Property Group, they're bringing us Halloween movie facts.
What?
They are. That's what they're doing. And since this is the Spooktacular, I thought I would let you know. Bundren Property Group thought they would let you know that in the movie Hellraiser, they never actually refer to Pinhead by any name. And the actual name Pinhead was just a nickname given to him by the guys working on the set.
You didn't read that off a card.
I didn't think Hellraiser was that scary.
It's my favorite. The first two are my two favorite.
It's more
movies.
hot than anything.
It's the OTS.
No, they were totally.
It's the OST of the scary movie world.
We'll get into that later. No, it's like it was very strongly influenced by like bondage.
Yeah, I mean,
As you
it
can
was
tell.
a part of my gosh dang shoe.
That's not even your Goodwill shoes.
No, these are the shoes that I bought new. And it's like, sometimes you wonder what you're even paying kids to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, their
What the
quality's
hell?
gone way to shit.
Get it together.
Sweatshop quality's gone
Hey,
to
loves,
shit.
miss you all so much. Gonna try to catch most of the show, but I'm hurt pretty bad. And CJ is getting ready to put me in an Epsom salt bath. Should be very interesting. Well, we can actually.
I hope you feel better.
We can pipe a camera in if you. guys
People would
wanna,
much rather
Skype
watch
with us.
CJ bathe you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
actually,
if you don't mind going live, we'll just check in with you there.
I think the play
Rachel.
is me bathing CJ. Is the
100%.
play.
That's
there.
what I'm
If
tuning
you
in
want to
for.
break the internet
Yes.
like the champagne bottle in the butthole. Remember how she was doing this? That girl, Kardashian.
I think it was
like
Kim
that.
Kardashian,
she-
yeah, that
and
girl.
and it was giving her an enema, a champagne enema.
You get wasted. You'd get wasted with a champagne.
I'll put
enema.
champagne up my butt. That was awesome about Bo Rat 2. The actress who plays his daughter. Spoiler alert, Bo Rat 2. She goes and sees a lady on how to act ladylike. And she goes, I can open beer bottle with my small hole. And she came up with this on her own. I was reading the thing behind the scenes. She just did it on her own. Opened a beer bottle with her ass cheeks, dude. And the girl goes, don't ever do that on a date. Jenny opened up a 12-pack of cans with her asshole the first time I met her. I don't know how she did it.
That's how you wife
a
a
bottle.
dude up.
I get it.
No, that's how you land yourself a husband.
Yeah, are you okay, Rachel?
She's fine.
Okay.
She's fine.
Hellraisers, fucking awesome. Stop. Who is that? Gemini Franklin?
Gemini Jen. It's Hoosier of the Year, man. You better watch your tone.
Oh, that's Gemini Jen. Okay, well, Hellraisers. She can say Hellraisers. Okay, everybody else. Ooh, look at that spooky background. This is spooky in here, and I don't like it.
It's kind of spooky.
I think we've talked about it before, but do you have a favorite? What's the movie that scared you the most?
Kazam.
Oh, well, that was a bad one.
Shaq's acting was
Listen,
frightening. That's from the movie Scary Movie.
now hang on a minute. What was the movie? Is this that stupid goddamn Mandela effect thing? Wasn't Sinbad a genie in a movie?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Sinbad?
No,
Sinbad's the reason I have facial hair.
he was never.
Sinbad is the reason you have facial hair.
No, sort of, yeah.
You should lean into that a little bit. Why is Sinbad?
I met
the reason?
Sinbad at the radio station when he was being interviewed on We Are Live Radio with Chris Denman and Travis Terrell, a couple of our friends. Yeah.
that.
I was an intern.
So we got to talking about beard oil after the show. And
course.
I was like, man, my beard just doesn't come in right, you know? And Sinbad's like, you got to have the oil, man. And I was like, okay. He goes, grow that shit out, man. Use some oil.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay, Sinbad. And yeah, and then I grew it out, and that's it. I mean, you can't.
Do I need beard oil?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
I'm gonna get some. Beard oil.
Do you use beard oil, Mike?
Yeah, Sinbad's never been in a. Is that what you're finding?
Let's look at this beard.
So there's actually controversy. No, every time I take a shower, I'll do it once, and then you keep it in for 3 days. Not that I'm saying I take every.
Go ahead.
Not that I take showers every 3 days.
We don't have a mic stand,
Oh, I like it. You guys. Oh.
You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No. I'm just trying to catch
We
up
could
here
edit in
because
a wiener.
Sinbad's Shazam is a strange case of a movie that doesn't exist.
Yeah, he was never. It was
I watched the fucking movie as a kid, man.
This is
The
Charles
whole
Barkley.
thing. I'm telling you, this is that God Hadron Collider shit. That movie existed. Can I have that?
Sinbad just normally dressed as a genie. He had the pants. That's why you think Sinbad was a genie, because the guy just dressed like one. And Sinbad is like the name of a would-be genie. The guy just dressed like a genie. I love him. He had big old pants and looked like he just popped out of a little lamp. That was Sinbad. But the movie was Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal? Kazam was frightening. 1996. Actually, the scariest movie I've ever seen is the Aaron Carter video bam.
We're distant
bam,
cousins.
Put it in the hoop like slam.
Okay. So
You and Aaron Carter.
Aaron
are
and
distant
Nick.
cousins.
Aaron and Nick Carter. Those are distant cousins of mine.
Of yours?
Uh-huh.
Well, let me just.
Everybody's
expound
like,
on that.
"Are you related to Chris Kirkpatrick?" I'm like,
Steve-
"No, but I'm related to Aaron
Steve,
Carter."
there's nobody that Steve hates as much as Aaron
Frankie
Carter.
Muniz.
Frankie
right up there.
Muniz.
There's
That's
two.
the only one.
Actually, he's on my dad's. I'm kidding.
right? Steve has gone on many a tirade
Many.
about Aaron Carter and how much he loathes him. His every fiber of his being, his very essence. Steve hates him. And this week, I was listening to a podcast, and I'll be damned if I can't remember it. And one of those subjects that came up was like talking about sex workers and how prevalent sex work has become from home. Everybody's getting OnlyFans accounts, and apparently, and I couldn't wait to share this little tidbit of information with Steve, but apparently, Aaron Carter's paying them bills now, jerking off on OnlyFans.
I wouldn't know.
Steve's like, I'll log into his broadcast
Yeah, just to
right
rip him.
now just to. You never know, dude. That actually might make him come faster.
I know. It
If
wouldn't
I
me.
had to bet.
It wouldn't me.
Yeah,
It
call him
wouldn't me.
names, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Sing his songs back to him. That'll work in a heartbeat.
Aaron fucking Carter. Slam, slam.
If we were on
boom.
OnlyFans right now, jerking each other off instead of doing this show, we'd make several
We could at
thousand.
least
a
pay
week.
our
Oh,
rent.
God, yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
I'm not even kidding.
I have
as
a
well.
friend he jerks off on a camera.
Really?
Sometimes he's made good money.
I'll
We
do
could
it.
at least.
No, he
pay our
doesn't
rent.
like spooge on the camera.
Guys, can I ask you a question about haunted houses? Just to go back to that for a second.
Yeah.
Because you know how you were saying some of the scariest parts of the haunted house were more of the cerebral, I would say, parts of it, kind of that messed with your head or disoriented you, right?
That's the weirdest thing for me was like one of the ones that kind of just creeped me out and actually was kind of hard. So the Krampus was hard because everything was pretty dark that you're moving through, and then when you went through like the Krampus exhibit, you're like going through a extremely bright lit Christmas colors. Everything's bright. And it's like a murder scene on Christmas morning, basically.
And fluorescent lights are supposed to make
So,
you feel uneasy. And
kind of weird. Moving
yeah.
in from out of the dark into that, like it was like, oh, and the Christmas music was like just out of tune and loud. But then moving from that to the next, attraction was like a cabin in the early, turn of the century, 1900s to 1920s, somewhere in there. And it was this, you're moving through it, and they had like these old-timey standards playing on the phonograph, just kind of real scratchy. But what it was, it was like layered.
There it
was like
is.
layered 1920s music to where when it laid over the top of one another, it just made this wall of unsettling.
Did you ever play
sound.
Max Payne?
And it
The video
a little
game?
bit, yeah.
Because that's what they would do with their music a lot of
And
times.
it
is
honestly,
fuck
like
with your
moving
head.
through it, it was like they would have like weird flashes in the light, like maybe a strobe or something. But it was a well lit room, so like that was just kind of in conjunction with the sound being out of time. Like moving through it was actually kind of dizzying. Like I was like, whoa, that's kind of a whole different way to fuck with someone's psyche or their head. Like it wasn't. It had plenty of little jump out moments. I found myself at the front of the group, kind of being able to kind of peep where people were before anybody else. But man, like the middle of the
You're
group,
like, you're standing right there, guys.
I wouldn't do that.
You're standing right there, guys.
I wouldn't do that. But I was kind of
see
bummed
him.
because I'm going there to get scared too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but
But you're so hard.
I'm just a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. Such a dude in a mouse. Weak.
They did have this guy. They did have this guy that was like 6'7", 450. He was huge, and he was wearing this giant pig head, walking around like a butcher, like a big old cleaver and everything.
That's
he was
frightening.
pretty. I was like, Jesus, that is a mountain of a fucking man.
Was it the mountain?
It was not the mountain, but easily as big.
Yeah. Sure. I feel like that's getting maybe like pretty popular because I saw it in Silverchair, I believe their video way back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, but I remember that being freaky as hell because I was like, I like this song, and then I saw the video and I was like, I don't know if I like this song as much anymore. I want to know, and maybe someone can look this up, but I can see if I was going to build a haunted house now, I would build a virtual reality haunted house where you put on glasses and I have you go through just a loop or something back and forth where the walls are actually part of the experience. So you're kind of guided. The program is guiding you through. So the walls are the real walls. So you're not like I'm in a totally different world. I'll run into the couch like Ivan did. Ivan, my son, put on his virtual reality headset, took off immediately into the side of the couch. Just boo, 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 into the side of the couch. Okay. What you do is you build a virtual reality space. And how far away are we from you sign a waiver and it says, all right, you're going to give this machine access to all of your social media, everything you've ever posted in your entire life. And we are going to build a custom experience for you to draw on what we think is and I'm talking about is getting deep as like
that was a Black
seeing
Mirror
your
episode.
kids die.
That was a Black Mirror episode. Remember that?
That's how,
it was like the second episode of season 3 where the dude signs up to be in this game, and if he makes it the whole night,
and it was a haunted house thing.
It was he had to spend the night in a house that
was
appeared
it
haunted.
Virtual reality?
It was, but it was like
weren't they like Instagramming it or something?
No, it was an implant. This was he just had to survive the night in the simulation.
Yes. How far away are we from that?
Oh, I don't think very.
But I mean, like
that's a great episode. Like if you have not watched Black Mirror, start with season 3. The first 2 episodes will hook you to that show.
It's frightening.
It will hook you to that.
Oh, season 3.
Yeah, that was
with
the one
Claire from Jurassic Park.
The girl with the social media experience where you're upvoting and downvoting people,
yes.
and like your social rating is your currency, and what clubs you can get into, what your credit score is. There's that one, and then the next episode is the episode that I'm talking about where this dude goes in.
I remember that.
They're looking for volunteers to do this. It's going to pay him, and it's enough money to get him back home.
How does he actually get
Europe.
Killed though?
Oh, I don't want to give that away.
Really?
But it's pretty. It's
been so long.
It's
I need to
pretty
revisit
fucking
all
wild.
those. But I was wondering, could they take your information and really hit you with stuff that psychologically would scar you almost and put you through like real life trauma, like seeing everything you love destroyed, playing off of everything it can build from your data points. I wonder what kind of experience you could build in that world to to freak out an adult.
Oh, I don't think it would be very hard. That was kind of the gist of that episode, was like what they,
Was it tailored to them?
Yeah. So what it did was
because that's the meaning of it.
It's like an implant or something, and it maps the things that, and it starts out pretty mellow, but then it kind of it's an AI learning about his fears in the moment. So it's rapidly building on as he becomes more scared. It's rapidly building on that and creating the world.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
what I'm talking
about.
Well,
they explain why it might not be the best idea.
Oh, that episode.
In that episode, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You could
break someone.
Yes.
You could break someone with virtual reality pretty easily. I mean, really easily.
Especially with noises and shit like that, man. Because there's certain
and even feeling pain, right? Like even though your physical body is not actually under distress, you can the worst case realization of this virtual reality is. Now all of a sudden this AI is learning about what hurts you, and it finds different ways to trigger those pain centers. Like, was it feel like to get a knife in the chest,
or to feel like you're dying,
yes,
suffocating.
Totally. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And then what he kind of runs up against is like he ends up he loses track of what's reality and what's inside of that. So then now he's trying to figure out if he's bailing on this situation, or if there really is someone there he really did make it through the night or whatever. Dude, it's awesome. Check it out.
That's what F's me up.
No, I'm into that. I think augmented reality is having worn those 3D glasses for like that one, there was one little
augmented reality could really be.
I think that could be implemented pretty easily. And would be pretty neat. Like,
that would be awesome.
Imagine not even having to hook up. Like if they had an app for you to download and you gave it the same permissions you give Facebook, there could be, as you walk through, it could essentially project whatever that is just by a little Google Glass type item, put that into the space. Be pretty fucking cool, man.
Oh, I can't wait for the next Google Glass. I think we missed on that.
Well, we got.
Whoa! Look at Seth with a whole deal.
Ah!
It turns out that's been done to death. There's tons of them, and it's an app. You can get an app too.
To what?
The virtual haunted house.
Are they any good?
How the app works.
Check it out.
I need to get more.
Flags
Oh yeah, I went to Six Flags.
Yeah, a lot of that
Jesus
stuff
Christ.
is to jump ahead in line.
Super
and they'll get
World,
you a couple
Creepy
of 'em.
Screamer.
But they did have a few
Creepy.
things, like if you were going to go to Creepy World, like it might be worth an extra $5 to do the hayride. It's kind of a in addition to thing where like halfway through you take the hayride and it brings you back out to where the Krampus deal is. It's like right in the middle. It's worth $5. But anyway, dude, it was a blast. I had a really good time. I loved it.
I always wanted to work in one.
Dude, yes. I'm actually going to be working one this weekend. We're making one. My sister-in-law's, we're running one down in the city. It's going to be great. Got her house and her other two neighbors. They built a whole fucking walkthrough thing for the kids. It's awesome. We got like 25, 30 actors.
What are you doing to prevent COVID?
Well, I'm the gatekeeper. Everybody's got to be masked up, and I'm only
Really?
letting so many people go through. Like, it's basically
Haunted house, everyone gets COVID.
it's basically chaperoned, to where they can only so many people can go through at a time. So I'll take them on to the next person.
I remember the days when you're, in my neighborhood in South City. I miss these days. A guy would just have a haunted house. He'd have his front door open. It'd be like trash bags lined up on each side and smoke. And then right at the end, he'd just be there shaking his fucking dick at you. Just shaking his willy at you. You'd be like, that's disgusting. And then he'd just get out of there. Now it's a whole deal. Krampus is the worst movie on earth, to be honest with you. I've never seen Krampus. I haven't seen any of the newer scary movies.
Me neither.
I need to revisit some of the newer ones, because they had a list of top 10 scariest movies or something, and 5 of them were new.
Yeah.
Is Parasite?
That's supposedly pretty good. That one.
Is that a
won,
scary
I don't
movie,
know,
though?
but it won awards. Like
Okay, because it was.
I think it won an Oscar. I think.
Yeah,
Isn't
and
it?
I was like,
Best
is it
Picture?
a scary movie though?
I don't know.
It looks scary. I was getting it mixed up with Human Centipede.
They're all agreeing that the Scream is awful. Well, this scary movie fact brought to you by Bunger and Property Group. Blame him for the Scream. The movie Saw is based off of a true story of a man
No,
who would
it's
break
not.
into homes to tickle children, and after
No.
being arrested, he told the cops that someone else was making him do it.
Bullshit. Find that. Fact check that. Is that from Seth?
Yeah, that's where I found it. Was looking
There was a guy who broke into.
and he would tickle children.
You ever?
The idea that like he got from Saw was the fact that like
Yeah. How is that anything like Saw?
he claims he was like forced to do it or something.
What? Oh, okay. I don't know how that relates to Saw. That's frightening though. In the background of that, what is that?
Now I'll tell you the thing about new horror movies, they don't have.
Did you put that guy dancing back there
What are you talking about?
behind them?
I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, horror movies have to have like that gritty '80s look, because that's got like a creepiness into it, like of itself.
Yeah, but I think it can also be like campy too. I think if you're gonna make a what was that one, Evil Dead or something like that.
Oh, I
kinda have
love
that
Bruce
feel. I don't know
Campbell
if I've ever
man.
seen that. I don't know if I've
Oh,
ever
those
seen
are Evil Dead,
Yeah.
Evil Dead
I
2,
saw it
and
a long
Army of
time ago.
Darkness is great.
What's the first one?
Evil Dead.
Yeah, that was or smashing stuff.
I think Evil Dead was shot like to be serious.
Yeah.
And then it just became so campy and people loved it for all the wrong reasons. And then they
Yeah.
were like, well, we got something here.
Parasite has subtitles.
I've never seen it, but the Purge siren gets my anxiety up. Evil Dead. Candyman is my fave. Candyman, that one got me a little bit back in the 90s. It freaked me out a little bit.
Candyman fucked me up, dude.
There's a fun fact that's not on your sheet. I almost put on there. He actually had to put bees in his mouth to film that.
Really?
Okay, guys. Candyman reminded me of kind of like some of the city parts of St. Louis, and then that bathroom scene and the scene where she's walking through like that project, and then to find like that Rottweiler, and that was messed up. But I'm gonna need help with something, guys. And I don't know if anyone else has ever seen this, but it was like a Tales from the Crypt, except it was called like Campfire Tales or something, and it had like 5 mini movies in the movie, and one was like about a blob at like a lake. And I think one of the dude in the movie was like, I got the need for weed or something. And me and my buddy thought it was the funniest thing we had ever heard. We're like, he's got the need for weed or something. Like, there were a few moments in it that I'll never forget.
There's a movie called Campfire Tales.
That might be it. I don't know. Yes, you know, like it was kind of like an episode of
anthology horror film. So yeah, it's got.
Those are great. I love anthology.
And it had a story. I think it
Amy
was
Smart in it.
maybe. I want to say it was this series, but maybe it wasn't. And maybe somebody else has seen this out there. There was a scene with a little girl who was like trying to tell her dad that there was a bad guy who was like in her closet, or there was like an escaped lunatic, one of those situations. And she had a golden retriever, like a lab, that used to sit under her bed and lick her hand before she went to bed. And I'll never forget, like, one of the nights when she gets tucked in, she's laying there with her hand down, letting her dog lick her hand, and it's the crazy guy licking her hand underneath the bed. And the lightning flashes, and she sees in a mirror across the room that it's this dude licking her hand underneath the bed. Older guy. Yeah. Looked like Christopher Lloyd.
Does this guy look familiar to you?
Is that him?
I don't know. This is Campfire Stories. No. There's two different ones. Campfire Stories was a whole Tales from the Crypt-like series.
Search old man licks girl's hand underneath bed pretending to be dog.
Old man licks girl's hand underneath bed like a dog.
No. Yeah.
Scary movie.
Yeah. That's perfect. Perfect search.
The licked hand. That can't be it.
That's from Campfire Tales?
The dog's lick.
Did Campfire Tales pop up? Yeah, here. Seeing what looks like the dog on her bed.
She lies down, puts her hand down to allow
it to be licked by the dog. I told you.
Okay, that Amy Smart was in that. Ron Livingston, Christine Taylor.
Christine Taylor's in it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like the hook in the car door and stuff. It's all that kind of stuff. If you guys haven't seen that, if that's available to stream somewhere, it's a fun little stream. It imprinted on me, and I rented all the scary movies when I was a kid. The biggest scary movie is what's playing behind Seth, but the other biggest scary movie is, oh God, did you guys ever accidentally watch Faces of Death? I accidentally rented it, and I thought it was a scary movie. I didn't realize it was actual people dying.
Some of them have been
debunked. Some of them were debunked.
There's actually the final videos like real or fake, like which ones were real, which ones were fake.
Oh, really? So some of them were real, though.
Yeah, I believe so.
God, man, that messed me up. Yeah, it was. It was like porn. It was violence porn.
And it's just creepy the whole way it was presented to.
Yeah. It was real creepy. It was on a different level. It was like The Ring. I remember The Ring kind of freaked me out. I saw it in college. Went on a date. Took a chick, and I was like, yeah, cool, great date. It went fucking good, whatever. And I'm walking home, and I'm like, eventually I'm like, I'm just running home. I'm like,
I got 3 days. I got 3 days.
I don't know why. But yeah, it freaked me out. The Ring was a good one. And The Ring, like, could you imagine watching a VHS? Shit, that's frightening.
That people started dying after they watched?
No, just having to watch VHS again.
I had all the VHS.
Oh, I know I had a good.
It is weird to go back and see a VHS.
The people who are the richest people in the world had a VCR rewinder only. Totally. You're the richest person in all of the world. I've never met someone as wealthy as you. You have one that just rewinds?
I just wanted to be kind.
Oh, yeah, I'd always rewind because they'd charge your ass.
Some of them did.
Some of them would charge your ass. They would check it. They open the box and they can look and see. I would put it all the way to the end, though. So that way they look at it and they go, okay, it seems like it's rewound. Because they don't know if it's the left or right side. Idiot.
Yeah, what a dumbass.
Stupid idiots. I'm glad they all lost their jobs. I'm kidding. They probably all work at Amazon now.
Yeah. You just happen to be.
Hey, girl. Jen, you watching this? Just wait till tonight. I'm going to kill myself, Act 2.
Act 2.
Act 2. I was feeling sick. I was, man. I don't know what it is. I gotta get in shape, dude. That's the whole deal. I just gotta get.
You were like
back
me in
to
the mosh pit.
I was never like you.
You're like
ever.
me in the mosh pit of Metallica.
Did you feel like you're gonna die,
dude? The first, well, okay, so it was Mudvayne.
I was in control of my breath.
It was Mudvayne, Deftones, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Metallica. That was the 5 bands. Mudvayne started everything off, and we decided to go hard. And I drank like a fucking energy drink that was like this big. Okay, and
Who were you?
Who's
this
and
guy?
I'm like, I'm gonna drink.
Now
this.
he's in the Spangle pit with
I'm
a
gonna,
fucking pen.
I'm gonna drink this, and somebody is going to bump into the wrong person today. That's where I'm.
You're bathing yourself in it.
So, I think maybe I've told this story. Maybe
Plenty of times.
Off of the off camera anyway. So I was telling you about it the other day. I don't know if you'd heard it, but so it's Summer Sanitarium. It's like 2003 maybe, Edward Jones Dome, and it's really a nice little lineup, man. It really is. Like, and the only band that I really wasn't interested in was Limp Bizkit, but they put on a great show anyway, and I was just as surprised as you. Anyway. We're out there. I go so hard during Mudvayne. Or no, I'm sorry. I go so hard during Linkin Park. And I did, dude, I have gone very hard.
In my
No, they had the whole fucking crowd, like the entire floor, they had them fucking like jumping. Like the whole place. I've never seen this many people.
Oh, yeah. Not anymore.
I've seen it at many concerts, little smaller venues, maybe Pop, something like that. But like the entire dome was jumping. I thought we were going to just cave in the St. Louis infrastructure. I'm going hard. I'm going crazy. I'm jamming. All of a sudden, this fucking sandal flip flop goes. It like buzzes the tower, and I go, what the fuck? Someone behind me gets hit with the flip flop, and this is from probably like 30 yards away. Someone whizzed this fucking thing. Just barely misses me. Couple of my buddies, the 2 smallest ones in the group. I got one buddy, he got carded for R-rated movies when we were 25 years old. He's just perpetually 13 years old his whole life. And he and my buddy, they go up there, they vibe on Linkin Park. They're gonna get close for Linkin Park, and dude, they're like watching this whole crowd fucking jumping around and everything. Tower gets buzzed. I'm like, oh fuck, didn't think much of it, other than damn, somebody's in there without a shoe. What an idiot
cool.
to wear fucking
sandals.
What are you doing?
I wore Velcro shoes, lost a Velcro shoe.
Don't do that.
Lost a Velcro shoe.
They got everybody jumping. All of a sudden, like dominoes, dude, the floor just falls down. I mean,
People will die.
dude, like
People die.
all I can think of is like the Who situation where people are getting trampled and shit, right? This was like the last song. Linkin Park's getting done. Then it's gonna be, I think Metallica's coming out next. And I was going so hard that like I felt like my heart
Were
was gonna
you
explode.
off to Never Neverland?
Not yet. I did get there later. I'd become so numb though.
Off to Neverland.
So, finally, like, you know, whatever, the Linkin Park's off stage, people are still like picking themselves off the ground. And my buddies, Mike and Josh,
Did
walk
Linkin
up.
Park say, "Hey guys, get off each other"?
Yeah, they were like they were. There was
Yeah, they
concern
seem
on
like
a lot
caring
of-
people.
Yeah, there was a lot of concern on.
Because I could see Mudvayne going, "Kill the guy next to
Oh, they're
you."
just sweet guys from Peoria. Real
Are
nice
they?
guys.
Really?
Yeah, real nice guys.
I thought they
Real
were
mild
devil
mannered,
worshippers.
Real mild man.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. So, my buddies walk up to us. Me and my buddy Joe are standing there, and our friends come from the stage, and their shirts are like torn off of their shoulder. They're walking, and here comes my buddy Josh with one fucking flip flop on, and I start rolling laughing. I'm like, dude,
the flip-flop guy.
I almost got hit in the head with your flip flop like 4 songs in. He's like, yeah, it's been pretty miserable. Everybody's stepping on my feet. We can't find the fucking sandal anywhere. Nowhere to be
He's
found.
like, "Yeah, guys,
Yeah,
hopping
he
on
just
your
hopping
foot.
about.
This is stupid. 1 foot.
Meanwhile, I tell my buddy, I'm like, I think I need to go get like a Powerade or something.
People are probably wearing boots, dude.
Yes. Yes.
I imagine the boot is the active footwear for the
For a mosh pit?
For a mosh pit.
Probably, yeah, maybe a steel toe.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. You don't want to get
kick
you don't wanna
someone's
get
brain
smacked.
in.
Absolutely. I'm having heart palpitations. Like I feel like my
Right
chest
now?
is gonna explode. Yeah, so I go out there, I get like the biggest Powerade that I can. I come back and My buddies are all standing around. We're kind of chilling. Okay, cool. Metallica's about to come on. I told you this story. So we're sitting there. Metallica.
Did you tell it on the show?
I don't know. I didn't. No.
Okay.
And so all of a sudden, live grenades, like pow, 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 live explosions inside. So loud, my ears. I swear to God, I thought my ears were bleeding. I thought I was done. Well, hearing was fun. That was great. Metallica comes out, plays louder than any band I have. I mean, I've been to a lot of shows at this point. This is the loudest I have ever heard a band play.
Louder than Kenny G?
Every time. Maybe not
Kenny
that
G
one.
had that place.
He did hit a
Remember we
clarinet
went?
solo once that made me come.
It wrecked the rafters.
Just like that move on fucking the Super Trooper movie, whatever, the island where it just makes you come. That's what Kenny G did with his volume.
Yeah, so.
But it was one. Song 1 starts up, and it's like that whole opening where it's like war, explosions. No, that's Enter Sandman.
I know, it's the only song I know.
One opens up with like war sounds, explosions, machine gun fire, and all this shit is like going off live. And all of a sudden, the pit forms, right? It just opens up. The pit opens up, and me and my buddy Joe are fucking rocking. Now, Joe has just shipped off to college to play college ball, right? We're just having a good time. We're bouncing around. And these two big dudes start just slam dancing. I mean, they're bouncing on everybody. And they run into
What's slam dancing?
You know, they're just fucking jumping.
Are they trying to hurt people?
I'm not sure. Right now, they're just getting into each other. But the problem is that they're bouncing off. They're bouncing off of everybody around them.
Yeah, I don't like the bow.
And
people.
these dudes are fucking. I mean, these guys go 350. Like they're just big chunks, right? So
Michael Linder knew jujitsu him to the ground.
Bounce into my buddy. And my buddy, Joe, wouldn't hurt a fly. Shout out to Joe if you're watching. This guy is he's a gentle giant. On a football field, you don't want to be across from him. But other than that, he doesn't even really raise his voice. He's pretty calm. And he turns to me, these dudes fucking bump into him. And he goes, "One more fucking time, bud, and I'm going to smoke this cat in the face." And I go, "You ain't gonna do shit, you fucking pussy." And we go back to jamming, bouncing around. And
meanwhile, he's
Joe
stewing.
Joe was standing like my shoulder is just a little bit in front of him. So if he gets bumped into, I'm getting bumped into. And I feel myself kind of lunge forward from these guys leaning into me. And I go to turn to see what Joe is going to do because he's just running his gums.
Yeah.
You know, I turn to see how Joe is going to react to these guys bouncing into him. And by the time I've turned around, Joe is across the pit spearing this dude like Goldberg. Okay? And this guy had a stupid fucking ponytail on top of his head. And my buddy Joe has got this guy.
Like Jason?
By a higher than Jason. Like this is like a true genie ponytail on top of his head. Joe has got this cat by a handle. And
I hate people with hair.
He's just throwing bombs on this cat. Now all of a sudden,
That's assault, brother.
I have been pulled into a situation where that dude goes and that dude's friend goes and blows Joe up. Now I'm flying across the pit like a missile. I blow him up. He's like, "I'm just trying to help my friend," and I'm like, "Yeah, you are. That's true.
Me too.
But I'm trying to help my friend too." And next thing you know, we're all hugging. We're like, "That's pretty good, man. This is good.
That's
Metallica,
all.
man. Aren't they kicking ass, man?" It's like his buddies like fucking just beat on. And Joe's like, "Oh, man, I can't afford to blow my wheel, man. I'm a college ball player." They're like me.
And I say I'm unforgiven. Yeah.
Anyway,
Lars Ulrich in the building. Lars Ulrich.
We got to go to break. But, before that, Barnger and Property Group wants you to know this little freaky fact
Let's
about
hear it.
horror movies. In addition to being the first American film to show a toilet on screen, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho is also the first American film in which we hear a toilet being flushed.
What year did Toilet Ass Water come out?
The movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was 1973.
73?
Yeah.
No, that's the remake. That's like an older movie.
Okay.
Kiss Me on My Mouth Like I'm a Toilet. What movie? What year did that come out?
That was 64.
Well, what year did Use Me Like a Dirty Toilet come out?
What
That was
about
another good movie.
Your dad's
featuring
That
face.
was the
Your dad's
sequel.
face is my toilet.
Yeah, when did that come out? That
That's
was
the same director.
That was 50s.
Oh,
It's
was
the
it?
same director. Yeah.
Certainly
One of the
not.
very
Probably.
first talkies was use my face and my body like a goddamn toilet.
That was the long form.
Yeah.
That was the long title. That was the working title, but it
didn't come out,
It ended
so-
up being.
Because I could have swore they showed
It
a
ended
toilet
up
in there.
being. Your
They
dad,
didn't actually show a toilet in
no,
that.
No, because they.
That is the deal.
The working title was that. The actual title that was released in theaters was "Your Dad, the Piss Mob."
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yes,
That's right.
yeah.
And it was just
I can't believe you forgot
it was
that,
it was a
dude.
dad like this, and he had
Yeah.
a yellow mop on his head.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, zany stuff. Oh,
I'm the silly dad.
with just the tip of a penis and just a little pee coming out just the corner of the movie poster. Like you could just be like, is that a tip?
Hey,
Guys,
Jen's
on the
here
other-
now.
what's that?
Jen's here now. Jen joined us.
Jenny's
Steve-
here?
Yeah,
Hi,
Steve's
Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Guys, we're gonna go to break. On the other side of the break, we've got
Missed the opening.
fun Halloween facts for you. Fun Halloween movie facts. Fun.
We're gonna go down the rabbit hole a little bit.
We're gonna go down the rabbit hole. We got some water sports facts for you as well. And what else? Oh, we got some weather with Mike. We do have some weatherman. Mike is gonna. Spoiler alert. There's some precipitation on the horizon.
My Dad and His Friend, the Human Toilet, that came out in '64, bud.
You hit the nail on the head, bud. I thought it was 64. I thought it was.
Okay.
Everybody says bud now. Do you know that? We started a whole thing. It started a whole thing. Hyler Howe
yeah,
is
Papo.
a trendsetter. Papo's coming next. On the other side of the break, rabbit hole, horror movie facts, dick jokes, completely disgusting
It's only been an hour.
references. It's only been an hour. That's all we're
Only
doing.
been an hour.
Guys, we'll see you on the other side of the break. Hey, these are our sponsors. Spend money with our sponsors. Don't be deadbeats. See you.
We'll be back in.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world.
Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp.
It's a stomp, it's a wiggle. Turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Do you take our insurance and are you cannabis friendly? Yeah. And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call. Yeah. At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too. Oh, because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't.
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like
wanna
you were going
get
to
in trouble.
Sounded like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick me up. Well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off. Welcome back, Hoosier Sophisticate Show, Monday night, prime time, hour 2.
We're having fun.
This Bundren Property Group, you gonna have any little salad on there? That ought to be good. This Bundren Property Group horror movie fact. In Friday the 13th, you're not gonna believe this one.
What?
In Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, his original name was supposed to be Josh.
Sebastian.
It's supposed to be Josh. Josh Voorhees. Take a break there, Josh. Why don't you put the machete away there, Joshua?
Josh is a freaky ass name, dude.
You think so?
No, I think they made a great choice because that's like the worst possible. Like, oh, did you hear Josh is killing people? Like, fuck Josh. Josh is a pussy. He's not gonna do shit. He's just some weird kid that hangs out by a lake. It's fucking. Don't worry about.
We'll
Josh.
issue our apology to all of the Joshes out there. Sometime.
It's just not a good horror movie character.
I fear
name,
Josh
sorry.
Loftus. That guy's a goddamn psychopath.
Yeah, he's a maniac.
Joshua stabbed somebody.
He's in the woods now, hunting.
See? What is he hunting?
I don't know. He would tell me.
The human species?
So he's looking for Bigfoot.
I would look for Bigfoot. I'd make a goddamn career out of it.
I wonder if it's not the best idea, Seth. Maybe we do a rabbit hole, and I'm wondering if maybe after the second break we don't come back with weather. What do you guys think?
I think that's a great idea.
Sure.
Very good.
Bless you,
COVID.
sir.
You kind of already ruined it.
COVID.
Oh, are we doing a rabbit hole now?
Yeah, Kobe?
Let's do it.
Is that COVID? Kobe?
All right, so tonight's rabbit hole, we're going to do a little Halloween-ish edition. What are your thoughts on Ouija boards?
I don't fuck with them.
Yeah, because Mattel makes portals to the
You think
other
Mattel
realm.
Mattel just came up with that? You think they just came up with the idea?
Listen,
of
I think
Ouija
if you
board?
find a Ouija board like you find the Jumanji game, I'm with you. If you're buying it on Amazon or at Walmart, you're not unlocking a portal anywhere.
Why?
Because it has no substance or meaning. And if it was that easy to unlock portals, everybody'd be doing it.
You think so? I think everybody is. Anybody that's jacking around with it anyway.
No.
Hey, Seth, if
I've
you were
played
to
with
run that, can you do it without sound, please?
Do it without sound. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this without sound. This is a
What
little
is
video. This is a supposed real Ouija board experience here. I just want you guys to take this in. She looks like she's losing it.
She looks like she's on her period. Am I right, bros?
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Come on.
I have a hard time with anything that's produced online. I don't know if you've seen how well
This looks like.
Steve and I.
Was that a Democrat protest? Was that a? I'm nailing them, right? 2 in a row.
Your political humor's a little
2 in a row.
rusty, but I like where your head's at.
I think that was fake. I think that person was a fake. I thought
it looked kind of real.
All fakes. No, I just don't. That's not happening from a Ouija board.
I don't know, man.
Let's get one. I'll do it.
I was thinking that maybe do a live Ouija board.
I won't do it.
You won't do a
What if
Ouija
we do
board?
like Steve said, like something from Walmart?
I don't think that. Listen,
Do they even have Ouija boards at Walmart?
I don't think whatever little piece of board that it's done on. I don't think that it matters. I think the idea of it is a bad fucking idea. I have no.
You're
reason,
so rational, and
I have no reason to fuck with that. What is it? What for? What? What good could come of it? I have no good.
It's
that can
funny
come of
you
it.
say
nothing funny about it.
Craig, does your dad's nutsack smell? And then I make
Probably.
it
He's been dead for 6 years.
It's probably stinky as hell.
If I had to guess.
Who knows? Weirder things have happened. But then you take the Ouija board and you go, yep. And then everybody's like, whoa.
It's fake. I'm sorry. Fuck no. Real or fake. Count me out. I hate them stupid crap. I don't fuck with either. Nope. I'm with you, Belinda. Steve's with Grace.
Ask
I hate
Jenna
them
Kroll
stupid
about
crap.
that
Probably my
time
favorite
we
comment.
got caught in the cemetery in high school with a group of peeps and a Ouija board.
Oh, okay.
Jenna,
we're talking to you now.
what's up with that?
What's the deal?
Scariest night of my life, but also hilarious.
I had one of the scariest experiences of my
Who
life.
is that?
with one.
Linda Marte? Living the rad life on Twitch. This is Heather. Oh, hey, Hattie Heath. What's up, girl? Dang.
Yeah, I just I don't have anything to gain.
I don't think you have anything to lose.
What's the okay? I don't.
Do you
need to
believe
check
in
those
mediums?
Yep,
God.
We need to get Psychic Todd back on the show.
I do.
Yeah, because he found Craig's purse.
And some dog cyst.
Listen, I hope it's real.
He did find dog
It's
cysts.
just not.
He did find dog cysts.
He didn't find shit.
You are so.
Even a broke
You are
clock's right.
so inconsistent on this issue, Steve.
That's fine.
You're so inconsistent on it.
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes you're like, I don't believe. A lot of the times you're like, I don't believe it, and then you're like, then you say all these reasons why you probably should believe it, but then you're like, I don't believe it. You're your biggest roadblock there, bud. I believe
Why
it.
are the reasons I should believe it?
Oh, I got no reason. You believe what you want to
Are
believe.
you blending it with light work and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's all on the same spectrum.
Oh, I think it's very similar, but I think you got to draw a line somewhere. And the line is, I think some people can feel the energies of maybe people, or there's a lot going on there. But as far as the Long Island medium coming to your house and saying,
No, I didn't say I believe
okay,
the Long
here's
Island
the deal.
medium.
Okay, did he pass from the chest? Oh, he did. He passed from the chest. Did his eyes close when he was dying? I'm seeing someone with
Yeah, I
eyes
don't-
closed.
I
Is
don't
there
believe
someone
in it.
old?
Yeah, I don't
There's
believe
someone
in it.
old in your life who's died. Is there someone old in your life who's died? They're channeling me right now for $3,000 an hour. If mediums aren't real, then why do we know about them? Because there's this thing called cold reading, and people figured it out. That's how you get money back in the day. And they said, oh, here's a way I can get money with just talking. people will pay me money because they are so unsure about the afterlife and they think everything's about them. So they need the person from the afterlife who is experiencing God knows what to come back and tell them that everything's going to be all right. They're dead. Okay, they're gone. They don't got time for you, okay, to come back and say, hey, everything's cool. And why haven't any of these people come back to the medium and said, and maybe they just didn't show this on TV, but hey, you're an asshole. Like, I'm getting, there's an older presence here, and he says, you're just a complete bunghole. It's like, you gotta hit me with something that proves it. And Jenny wants me to go see this medium. Mike Dolan, no. Not Eric Dolan, not Mike Dolan. Jimmy Dolan, James Dolan, maybe. There's a medium in St. Louis who's supposed to be one of the best. His last name's Dolan. And I just don't know. Unless I see it to believe it, I ain't believing it.
There are also people who
tough.
pretend to be medical doctors, but that doesn't mean there aren't professionals that can help you.
That's a great point.
Wait, what does that mean? There are also people who pretend.
Just because people can fake it doesn't mean everyone's faking it. That's what that means.
But you can't pretend to be a medical doctor.
Sure, a lot of people do.
How so?
It happens all the time. There's all kinds of malpractice issues, cases against people that claim to be experts on shit. And
no, I'm saying if you do your research, though, you should be able to find out if your person is a real doctor.
Well,
and a doctor is a set of like.
Doesn't the same thing apply?
If you do certain things, you become a doctor. There's no if you do certain things, you become a medium.
That's fair, except for like if you actually.
I'm with you. I don't think
if you actually
just because one is fake, that makes all of them fake. I don't think that, and I'm open to them being real. I'm just saying the experiences that I've seen, and when I was bought
in.
But
I mean, if your experiences,
I cried at the Long Island medium.
If your experiences are what's made for TV, then yeah, I could see why that would be.
I'm just
unconvincing.
It's curious that
I'm not convinced by it. Like by television medium, like anybody. I feel like anybody that got to that point. Not that people with quote unquote magical abilities shouldn't be able to, gets paid for their services, but typically the people that become mega stars in it.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean, what? But I mean, that's what I'm.
I think once you get your own, if you have your own TV show, I think you're probably faking it.
Why? That's a weird distinction to make, though. But I'm with you. I think once you get paid for it,
then you have to keep up with it, right?
Or do you lose your gift if you get paid for it and it becomes like the devil's work and stuff? See, I'm in the Hamilton Souther, and them being able to see each other in a trip space, and the guy having the freaking light beaming out of his chest. I'm in on that.
Okay.
Because I think there is scientific evidence that there is some crazy shit going on in our brains when we meditate or get to a different state that I think, okay, maybe a medium can get to a state that's kind of like a meditative trance and is in this world and can kind of tell you things. I just not sure if I believe it. And it's not that I believe it or don't believe it. I'm just kind of like, it's kind of, I don't think I'm losing anything by not believing in it. You know? And maybe I am to a certain extent. Like, I believe in magic. I just believe in magic in other places, like, the stuff where you can try to do things with a powerful thought and meditation and psychedelics where your brain
I would think that those things exist on on the same spectrum.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can fake some of that stuff. Like cold reading has proven that it works just about the same as the standard medium, whatever that is. That people can cold read other people with psychological things and ask them enough questions to narrow down. Because I was in on the Long Island medium. I was crying at the first couple episodes. I was like, she fucking talks to dead people. Oh my God. And she's just telling everybody that it's okay, that, hey, your kid died and they said it's okay. And I'm like, well, is that bad if she's lying to people? Is that bad? If a grieving parent says, I miss my kid, and she says, your kid is great, happy, laughing, and says, don't worry about me. I'm awesome. I'll see you when you get here. It's like, oh. And you see these parents are like, or like people who had estranged parents and that they didn't get to say bye. They'll tell the parent says, oh, bye. And you can see that they're reading this person, what everything that they do, everything that they say is getting some sort of reaction from these people. And just reading into the cold readers really was fascinating that some people could figure it. Yes, mentalists are amazing. Yeah. And I just wish there was a way to decipher the mentalist from the medium.
Well, I think that there is a pretty big problem with allowing a world that on the whole doesn't believe in magic get to define it. You know, like if that's not the ground rules that we are essentially, like, we have rules that exist in this third dimensional reality, gravity, things like that, right? And then you have this whole other world of magic that can't be proven in a laboratory. It's something we talk about with psychedelics all the time. It's like, well, we're not really sure if.
But it's interesting with the brain.
We're not really sure if that healing's taking place. And now, of course, they're figuring out ways to design studies based on our subjective experiences, our anecdotal experiences, to be like, well, maybe we can track this if we're working with this idea. The recorded scientific world is constantly needs just a frame of reference to work within, right? And if you're talking about something that the average scientist needs cold hard facts to understand, I don't know that it's so fair to allow them to decide what reality is. I mean, there's stuff that happens outside of scientific thought and experimentation that absolutely happens, right? Like, there's all kinds of things science can't explain. They're all just guessing at shit, and they try to repeat it enough times to call it a rule or a law, right? Like, so I don't know. I think there's an inherent problem with having, scientists record or having to have hard recordings of things that we can't even really quantify.
Craig is dressed like my high school baseball coach. He's going to put Ben Gay in somebody's jockstrap.
Hit a ball further than him too, man.
Everyone has metaphysical abilities that they aren't aware of, and instead listen to people that want to diagnose with mental disorders because they don't get trained in how to protect themselves from energy transference. We are frequency beings capable of infinite possibilities, I think was that.
You want to throw to this desktop real quick? I mean, you're not going to be able to read all this, but I think if people want to look this up themselves, this is pretty interesting.
Okay.
What we got here?
This is a electrocortical activity associated with subjective communication with the deceased. Apparently, during advanced meditative practices, unusual perceptions can arise, including the sense of receiving information about unknown people who are deceased. As with meditation, this mental state of communication with the deceased involves calming mental chatter and becoming receptive to subtle feelings and sensations. Actually, that sounds a lot like the theta waves. Like when you're in that, like when you're doing a float
tank.
Your alpha waves are like, hey, we're going to go away for a while. And your theta, you go to, I guess it's called a theta state.
Yeah,
that's kind of like that's kind of describing
that earlier. Yes, sir, you're exactly correct. Theta state. That was earlier when you were talking about kind of that in between. We talk about that all the time.
It's my favorite state to be.
I mean, that's where Tesla came up with a bunch of his magic. Was kind of in between there. A lot of great, like very successful people that are into mind manifestation and transcendental meditation and everything. Like most of that happens in between, right? In the in between.
Yeah. Well, I think we're constantly entangling with each other with our frequencies, and right now the energy vibrations that are coming off our atoms are
great. South Park reference in the
let's hear it.
I guess it's supposed to be this. All this info is giving me a raging clue.
I don't.
You don't know. My clue's pointing this way.
Oh yeah.
Remember the fucking Hardley boys? Not the goddamn Hardley boys.
Can Evangel says hi. What's up, Georgie B? This is exactly what I just said. Yes, baby, you are correct.
Responses were transcribed and then scored for accuracy, blah, blah, blah. It says here, of the 4 mediums whose accuracy could be evaluated, 3 scored significantly above chance.
Really?
So, yeah, I guess I'll post this link on the thing.
Pretty interesting.
Frontiers of Psychology.
This
is really interesting if anybody wants to look at it.
Here's where I'm at on Ouija boards. I had a really weird experience with one when I was a little kid. I was at my buddy Mike's house. It was like a birthday party, sleepover, and we were fucking around with the Ouija board. And I
thought you were just gonna say fucking around.
And we were fucking around. And we're all doing that deal. And it was kind of creepy, but like as soon as whatever, we fucking ran out of there. And as we were fucking around with it, the wind picks up outside, like very strong. very strong gusts of wind, starts throwing his fucking porch swing all over the place. Like the instant that we start fucking with this thing. And like, this wasn't like some casual breeze rolling through South City. This thing was like hurricane fucking force winds throwing his fucking porch swing around. And it sufficiently scared the absolute fuck out of me the moment that we were doing it. And I decided I wasn't going to fuck with it anymore. And then as I got older, I'm like, fucking whatever. I still haven't done it, but like I'm with you. Like, well, if Hasbro fucking makes it,
sure.
Then whatever, Mattel, whoever fucking makes it. Here's the thing: I'm in the camp where I used to be. When I was younger with faith, it was like, not believing seems like a gamble that's not worth it. Like, if believing just a little bit gets me a ticket in, then that's who I am, and it held on to that. I'm just, it's just a gambler's outlook, right? Like, it's just a hedge.
I'm just playing percentages
it's just pot
here.
value, right? Like, and like I have very little pot value fucking around with the Ouija board, because if for some reason it does bring in forces, regardless.
What
of
if you call in Jesus and he's like,
regardless of if
good job,
it's on
bud.
a mass-produced fucking board, like it's the actual. The magic in it is the actual participation and the intention that you put into it. If that just gives you a map to use, and you and 4 other friends are sitting there putting your hands on it, focusing on the dead, like put
your hands on it, buds.
We talk about fucking shared thought experience and experiments and like and the power of shared thought or whatever. Like, if that works one way, it works the other way. And regardless of what little toy the devil made through a $1 billion company that's been mass produced, like, if you get a bunch of kids to fucking put their hands on this fucking thing,
no way
like,
that could be.
Okay, guys, who are we gonna bring in? They're like, let's bring in my Aunt Janice. She was a riot. She'll be a good time. And everybody's like, all right, Aunt Janice. Aunt Janice gets like zapped into this thing. She's in the afterlife, just getting after it, and she's like, "What are you guys doing?" Well, now you gotta watch me finish. And I just look. That ain't the Ouija board that I'm with.
Sucks, man.
I'm not trying to do it.
I get it. It makes sense.
Went off on a tangent there, but what I'm saying is, I feel like what I have to gain is far less than what I have to lose, which is peace within this infinite reality that I've somehow found peace in. Like, I'm gonna fuck with that stupid thing.
I think you do it on a DMT pen if you're gonna do anything. Here's the deal. I was thinking, spooky action at a distance, quantum entanglement. Whenever there's something working on one photon that also works on the other one, but you're actually only making this one change, and it has an effect on the other photon that it was
resonance.
Okay. If you spend enough time with someone in this realm, and you're kind of got a little quantum entanglement going with your vibrational energy, okay? You're borrowing each other's vibrators, pretty much. Your vibrators are just getting all absorbed in each other's vibrators, okay? So you got this, and I think your body can get in tune with someone, like, say, like when husbands and wives will sometimes pass within days of one another. I was thinking about that and thinking, okay, what could that be? And then learning about spooky action at a distance and how we can kind of have an effects and parallel realities and kind of all that weird shit.
Yeah, and fucking Sinbad genie movies.
So exactly, Berenstain Bears. So when you get that close to someone and your vibrators are always together, when one vibrator goes away, have you held on to enough of those vibrators? Vibrations. I'm following vibrators. If you have held on to enough of those, that those are now gone. Those vibrations. If you held on to enough of them, you would be like this. That would be a fun little ride.
Not bad.
I'm the human vibrator.
It makes a 30-minute drive back to St. Louis a
little more interesting.
I always think about where people might just tune
knew I pulled you over
and where they're at.
If you're just joining us right now.
If you're just joining us, we share vibrators with people throughout the multiverse.
So maybe that quantum entanglement works after that their vibrations have gone from this realm, but you've collected enough of those mirror vibrators. There's mirror vibrators, so one vibrator's over here, but it's the same.
Absolutely.
So you've collected enough of them that, unbeknownst to you, you are ultimately a part of whatever their vibrator was, because in your brain, all the memories of that person are just little fiery synapses that actually change each time you do it. So with all of this information, as you being like a meat computer, you putting all this function together, I think you can likely feel some sort of energy transfer at that point that possibly could be close to what mediums say. I just don't like the mediums who are like, your dad said this. It's like, oh, if my dad says something, you better give me a nugget that only he and I would know, is what I mean. Like, prove it to me on that level. If you can really dial it down, because I like, I've seen some medium videos where it's a feeling. I'm not quite sure what this means. And I do think someone mentioned something about kids, that with kids, I think when Ivan is out in the front yard playing Marvel, he's in it. And I remember being a kid and hitting a point where I thought, man, my imagination doesn't work as good as it used to. I remember having that thought as a kid that I could really dive in it. When I was playing hide and go seek in the woods at my aunt's house when I was 4 and 5, her backyard had like a line of trees. In my fucking head, when I remember that shit, I was hidden away in the fucking in Narnia, bro. Sure. I was gone. And I remember getting a little bit older and kind of poo-pooing playtime almost a little bit. I'd rather play baseball and stuff, and the count's 2-2. It's concrete, bud. Yeah. It's concrete.
Yeah, everything is these set of rules to follow.
Yes. Yeah. To where if you can kind of, we always talk about it, keeping that childlike nature that, you know, I think it helps us create some of these funny commercials and goofy ideas and stuff and talk about cum all the time. We're like, that's hilarious, man. Funny. So funny. But I think if you can tap into that, then I think you're getting somewhere on, you hit a theta wave state, you just so happen to tap into those quantum entangled vibrators, and boom, you're kind of having a conversation with whatever entity that had those vibrators that you're entangled with. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's a past loved one. Maybe it's someone across the world that you don't even know, that somehow you're in the same frequency band. Because we don't know. That's why I loved when those things came out, those scans of the brain on LSD and mushrooms, psilocybin, because we saw the brain scan from MDMA. Mm-hmm. It ate it away, man. It was black. No, those were the parts that just weren't active at that point. It wasn't a hole in your brain.
It was just a slide. It was
what
they took was basically a hologram of a brain, and holograms are made up of all these tiny little slivers that contain all this information, and they would just pull out whatever would show this, and it was black. Of the brain. Yeah,
3/4 of it was black.
Yeah, it was basically like being on Photoshop or on Illustrator.
You would be dead, brain dead.
You have all these different layers of the brain, and they have their little eyeballs next to them on there, if anybody's familiar with it. And when you click off one of the eyeballs, that layer disappears out of the picture. Yeah. That's all it was. They had this center was supposed to be pink. Okay,
and that was huge.
And they said doing ecstasy
that was the egg in the frying pan.
Is like taking a spoon out of your brain.
Yep.
A scoop out of your brain.
That stuck with me big time. Because you think, oh, I'm taking this thing. Maybe it puts a little acid in my head, because acid's even called acid. Eats it away. Oh, God, that's horrible. Mm. And now we're finding out that your brain lights up like a Christmas tree. And I think with this antenna, because that's all I think this is an antenna receiving stuff, remembering things, and then trying to shoot my seed into another one so my lineage goes on. That's what, at the base of everything, I think that's all this is.
Yeah. I mean, it is. That's what epigenetics is. You're passing your traits down. It's the same reason why alcoholism, runs in my family. Like those types of they turn
you're fun.
They turn your genes on. You know what I mean? Like they turn genes on and off. It's pretty binary, and those things become of your become a part of your code.
That's why I like the people with they've studied different
getting into evolution there a little. Craig.
People who like each other's smells usually will have well-made-up DNA codes that will complement each other's real well. If you go with musk alone, and brothers and sisters hate each other's musk, as far as that does not
Shane
sexually.
So you repel your own kind.
You repel that since you have the same DNA code that will make an altered DNA code, a mutated possibly. Yep. You'll have the same mutations. Well, someone whose mutations lack yours or yours match, you'll actually think they smell better, and it'll be a more of an attractive scent to you.
Shane Moss actually has a really great podcast where he explains why incest laws are actually pretty nonsensical. Like, we are naturally, repelled by people we share. Exactly.
I was going to bring up
saying.
incest, actually.
And actually, Seth, you would really dig on his podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, because he doesn't like.
Shane Moss.
Yeah.
We are here. Or
Yeah,
here we are.
here
Yeah,
we
I've
are.
heard it a few times.
But his evolution ones, I think you'd really dig on.
They're gone. He's like.
He
a bunch of
changed
old
it up.
stuff's gone.
He's moved over to a different podcast platform. Can't blame the guy. You got to get paid.
Yeah,
I understand
gotta
it. But his
take your
most
medicine
recent
show
one,
on
he
the
actually
road.
he just released a DMT episode, and he's like, I know you guys are always asking about psychedelic content. I really don't want to be known as a psychedelic comedian, but
He hasn't done much to
But I
avoid it.
understand you guys.
He
love this
painted his
content.
body.
So.
He did
He cannot
Psychonauts,
say
the
that now.
documentary.
After he did that, when he went
realizes
hard, and he did.
Well, he even says, he's like,
I painted my
And-
body in 3D or in
MAOI.
black light.
And his episode of
So,
like
yeah,
this
it
is
was
not
good.
happening
His-
is about
what was
acid.
it? The paint made out
The
of
body paint had Syrian Rue mixed
Yes.
in with it, which is an MAOI, and that's when they found out that Syrian Rue and MAOIs actually work transdermally. So if you happen to cover your body in a monoamine oxidase inhibitor and then smoke DMT, you're probably going to potentiate your trip for a little bit longer than you anticipated. So
He had painted his body in it.
if you guys haven't seen Psychonautics, by the
it's
way,
awesome.
it's available for rent,
It's
like on
awesome.
Amazon or wherever. It is definitely worth the couple bucks. Check it out.
Sounds like I need to be careful because I've been told by quite a few Hoosier broads I smell good. Mike, we don't
Mike does
care
smell
about how
good.
you
Yeah, Mike's a good
stink.
smelling guy.
He smells
Yeah,
fantastic. I'll
does.
say
He
that
smells
with an unabashed record of heterosexuality. Mike smells great.
know.
He smells fabulous.
This Halloween movie fun fact brought to you by Bungeon Property Group. The cast of Final Destination had to ride the roller
died.
coaster 26 times during filming.
In a row?
I don't know how much they had to have had breaks.
I can't do a roller coaster anymore, I don't think. I spun around in a
26
chair.
times in a day.
Because I can't do spinny rides.
You can't? Okay.
Cannot do spinny
Because I
rides.
spun in that thing at the
still-
park
you still
that's
get 'em.
just a chair that you can get it
I
going
hate
and then
those
you tuck
fucking
your
things. It kinda
and
goes
it's
up
off.
and- up and
Yeah,
down.
and it's
The
like this.
teacups?
No, it's just
Well,
like at a
teacups
regular
too.
park. You sit in this
Yeah, I
at
know
a
what
regular
you're
park.
talking
It's just a chair and it's at an angle. But if you tuck your legs in,
get
you're going, bud.
Yeah, I hate
You're going, Popo.
I can
don't
just see
wanna
Craig
spin
like
anything.
riding every roller coaster and then tapping out on the teacups. It's like, oh,
I don't
fuck
know
That's
if I
me,
could do
dude.
it.
I can't. The
Yeah, 'cause
spinny
spinning ones,
rides,
fuck
I've
me.
decided it's not fun.
No.
For me. It's not
No,
fun.
I don't want to get dizzy.
I don't want.
man.
I'm not trying to be queasy. Like that's dumb.
I know.
However,
Cool,
I do have a
what a
fun. I do
ride.
have a fun roller coaster story. I actually went my entire life having not ridden the Mr. Freeze. Like I was still living in St. Louis, I think, when it first came out. Moved away, didn't go Six Flags for forever. Just a couple years ago, we got season passes. We take all the kids, and we're kind of trying to knock out some coasters and everything. And Landon's pretty leery of a lot of them. He hasn't done Freeze yet, but Landon's going to stay down with Trev because Trev can't ride it. And Sophia and Missy and I are going to ride the Mr. Freeze. And so we're in line. This is my first time too, and we get in line, and Missy is pretty juiced because she's in the front row. She's like, oh, I can't wait. I'm in the front car. You know, this is gonna be great.
Bless you.
I'm directly behind her, and she and Sophia. I'm in the second row behind them, and she's getting all ready. She's geared up, and she didn't know that the car was gonna go that way.
Oh.
And so we were loaded in backwards. She was sitting in the front.
Is this the one that just goes up and back?
Yes.
And it was going backwards
And
this time?
so
Because they'll flip it.
Yeah. So it shoots us out backwards. And she lets out this gasp that I
So she
will
was
never-
actually in the back.
Well, she was in the back going that way, but
Yeah,
she was facing this way.
yeah.
So like she's sitting here, she's getting all ready thinking we're gonna go that way. And she is dog cussing me and Sophia. I'm laughing so hard. I watched the 3 cars before it's going that way. You know? I'm paying attention.
She's like, yeah, this ride's going to be awesome.
Not even thinking about it. So she's sitting there, she's ready to go, and I mean, dude, she starts screaming, and she's like, "You motherfucker!" She's losing her breath. You motherfuckers! And I'm laughing so fucking hard. That was one of the best roles. I can't believe I waited that long
Oh
to
yeah.
ride it.
And then when you get to the top, it's 0 G. So if you let shit out of your hands,
or just floating,
it'll float. They tell you not to do that.
Don't
but
do that because whenever it goes back down, you get a phone in the face at terminal.
No, I did. I brought a little. I was gonna bring a ping pong ball. I didn't do it. And they'd be like, yeah, cool. You reminded me of a school picnic story where this
Screaming Chicken.
No,
that was our
Gravitron.
Oh yeah.
I was saying those were stupid.
Okay, so
just discomfort. That's all that was.
This new family moves to St. Boniface, and they have an older brother and a sister. And the sister is in my class, and she's like a feral child. You know, she kind of reminds me of, you ever seen The Croods, the daughter from The Croods? Mm-hmm. Just, I mean, not really that friendly, but just kind of like a wild kid. And even in the city, it was hard to. There was 2 or 3 of them. Because, you know, like, it was, the city limits were a weird place for schools with all the Catholic stuff, whatever. So she had an older brother. She came there. They had, like, moved schools a few times. They were kind of roughy and knuckleheads. So it's getting ready to be school picnic time, and they had just got to school right before that. Well, earlier that day in class, she lets out a sneeze. We're all, like, working in a group setting. I'll never forget, it was by the windows. And she sneezes, and she's like, and out comes this trail of boogers that leaves a pool on the desk and still attached to her nose. Okay, so we're like, oh my God, we're blown away, and she's like trying to suck this thing back in, right? And we're like, oh my God, I'm getting queasy.
Where was this at?
This is at school.
Okay.
She's new. No.
Oh, okay.
This is at school like the day or day before because they were new. Like we hadn't known them that long. So she does that and we're like, what? That's disgusting, dude. Later on, maybe a week or so, we go to the school picnic and her brother's there and he kind of looks like a typical bully from every kid's, like the bully from You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, A Christmas Story. That's what he kind of looks like, you know, just real punchable face and kind of
ginger.
Ish, like dark brown, reddish and stuff. And he kind of has that face like, I'm going to pop you.
Gray skin.
A little bit older than us, but real scrappy and just, you know, whatever.
Just hateable.
Okay. Probably was sweet as pie. You know what I mean? I don't know if I ever got to know him. You know what I mean? Maybe he had some issues going on when I rethink about all this stuff. So he was tough talking to everybody in the line. I remember I was getting shit for being too short to go on some rides or something, and I could go on the Gravitron. And so he's going on there and some kids from our class. And this is a circle one where you sit against the wall. It's kind of like Tom's Twister was.
Yeah.
And it just spins real fast and then the floor drops out.
Did you go upside down in them and shit?
Oh, so that was the cool thing because you're supposed to stay strapped in. You're not supposed to go upside down. They're not letting you do that.
Right.
So, of course, things start spinning, and it goes like on a whole side axis. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Just thinking about
so him and his buddies are like, "Oh, we're upside down." Oh, and I remember looking at him like, "Man, I wish I had the balls to do some stuff like that." But I'm gonna go ahead and stay strapped in. I'm good on all that. What if this thing stops and I land on my neck or something? It's kind of dumb. And this is, remember, the rickety old metal ones. This wasn't like Tom's Twister where it was inside and wooden. He gets back up and he starts to get green around the gills and he starts to puke with this thing spinning, and all the puke is just going. He's puking out this way. But the centrifugal force is fucking bringing it back, pushing it back. So he's puking.
He's waterboarding himself with puke.
And puke's I remember thinking, God dang, puke's going to go everywhere. But puke never really went anywhere because it was all being pushed back into his own face. And we were like, man, is that family gross or what? What is with them?
A lot of fluids.
Bodily fluids.
A lot of fluids going on here.
They were gone like within the year. Like they were gone. And I remember she kind of had like that reddish brown hair too, frizzy and wild, dude. I would have got to know him after eventually because even the bully, the typical bully Eddie Starnes, we fought, you know, and like
kids are so mean.
He was a jerk. But after I talked to him for a little bit, I turned out he was like a phenomenal pencil sketch artist. Went to his house, saw what a shitty life he had at this apartment. And I was like, oh, I get it. Your dad's an asshole. Your mom's God knows where. And he had pictures of eagles, bud, with a sketch pencil. When we were in 4th grade, 5th grade, that you could put up against any piece of freaking art. In my head at 4th grade, I was like, there's no way this dude drew these things. He was such like an artist, but he was a dickhead to most people.
Yeah,
just
I mean, a lot of artists,
angry as
a lot of
hell.
artists have a lot of pain inside.
Oh, for sure. But he drew eagles, like the head of like an eagle, just like kind of looking like this.
Probably a tattoo artist now.
Eddie
probably
Starnes. I should look him up.
Probably a rough and
Eddie Starnes.
Probably a rough and tumble. Using his government name. Huh?
Google Eddie Starnes.
Okay.
I guess.
EARNS.
STARNS. Eddie Starnes.
Auto repair and tires in Collinsville, Illinois.
Adrian, Missouri.
Ed Starnes.
No, that guy's old.
That
He's
guy is
my age.
our age, homie.
No, he's not.
Was he charged in a credit union robbery?
That might possibly be it.
He's 30, St. Louis County.
Oh, this is Eddie Stearns.
No, he'd have to be 36, 30, maybe 37. Maybe he got held back.
You sure you know how to spell his name right?
Yeah, Eddie
Is it this guy?
Starnes. Yes.
That's the one who did it.
No, it's not.
Dude, that fucking looks exactly like him.
Arnold Mann charged
How
in
old is he, though? 30?
credit union robbery. When this came out, July 29th of 2013, he was 30. So he's
That's
already-
about right.
Yes, that's him, dude. I swear to fucking God. Oh, shit, that dude.
I'm allowed to show this because the police posted it. So if you want to go to the desktop.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. Do you want to? You want to air this dude's shit out? I don't know.
I don't think I need to do that.
Okay.
I don't think
It's
I
up
need
to you.
that.
I mean, this is
That is him.
This is a post.
How
dispatch.
wild. He was the bully. He was the guy.
I can read about it.
Rob a credit union?
That's all right.
Yeah.
Arnold Credit Union.
That's all right.
That's my bank, dude.
That's all right, Eddie.
Second degree robbery.
We had a bank robber on
Second
the show.
degree robbery and possession of marijuana. And why are you going to bring your weed with you to rob a bank? Leave it at home.
You gotta get all
It's
hopped
not like
up
I'm
on
worried
weed.
about the other charge, but they're going to take it. You're going to want to smoke that when you get out.
Fucking wild. Edward Starnes, right? Eddie Starnes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Starnes was. Yeah, he had a tough
Sweet
life,
shirt.
man. He had a tough life.
He looks like he's just ready to say fuck it.
Yeah, he lived in those apartments by.
He doesn't even look high.
Like if you.
Because they took his weed.
Shit, if you keep going down from the Spanish Society, it's about 7 blocks from the Spanish Society.
Heading which direction?
Over there.
Oh, look at this.
Michigan.
He was arrested at the America's Best Value Inn where he was staying, and they found a substance believed to be heroin on him.
Oh man!
But they say they
That's a
find
bummer.
the heroin, but they charge him. He was charged with marijuana and aggravated robbery, I believe.
See, if he would have just smoked the pot, he wouldn't have robbed the bank.
Second
I
degree
know he was a
robbery.
good dude at heart.
say.
Like that's the
That's hard to
deal.
say.
He was like when I got
Probably
to
trying
know
to
him
re-up
through all
on
of his
some
anger.
smack.
Yeah.
He was like a kind of a sweet dude, and for real, he drew eagles better than anyone I ever met in my entire life. Still to this day, pencil sketching. So Eddie Starnes, if you're out there, reach out to us. We'll get you a job.
Look, we should start a free
Intern.
Eddie. I would bet you he's still second degree robberies. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
Might be depend on
Well,
priors.
we'll throw him a helping
Maybe.
hand if he ever hears this.
Guys, I think it's time we go to break.
Okay.
When we
Oh
come
wait,
back from
Craig.
break- yeah, what's up? You got
I didn't get to
something
tell
else?
my Ouija board story.
Oh, well then
We don't
tell
care.
your story, buddy bear.
Do you want to hear it, or do you want to go
Yes,
to
I do
commercial?
wanna
Okay,
hear
well, real quick. Well, all right.
Actually, if it's the Ouija board
Pop
story,
up, just pop up your thing if you go. Here, let me
if
take
it's the
control
Ouija
for a
board
second.
story that I think it is, then yes, I absolutely want to hear it.
Okay, well, all right. Since we're talking Ouija boards, I thought I'd tell you about, remind you guys. I said this on the Uncensored podcast. Remember, and that was a thing for like a month. So anyway, that's
Maybe
not
try
on the
looking
website
at that
anymore.
camera, so it looks like
oh
you're
hi.
looking at us.
So
Watch your foot, babe. Step on the
Yeah. See,
well,
that's-
you know,
I put it.
why
right
is there
there.
a cord there?
I'm sorry.
That's
No,
insane.
I put it in the wrong spot.
That's why Mike's here to grab
so
cords.
Seth
when
looks at the camera and we'll look at it too, and we'll talk to each other.
Oh, this is kind of neat. All right, so you remember the this feels so weird because I can see your reflection over there,
Yeah.
but you remember the Uncensored podcast. I talked about the time when I was a kid, I was pretty religious, right? I was like this God-fearing child. I had my cross necklace, my WWJD necklace, And I went to Bible school every Sunday or Sunday school every Sunday. And the Sunday school
It's the best day to go to
instructor,
Sunday school.
she is. Thanks, Craig. She was a crazy person. She would read from the book of Revelations. She would talk about the end of the world. Yeah, she'd read Revelations to children. We're all sitting Indian style.
Rapture,
We're all
baby.
sitting Indian style around this lady as she's screaming and crying. She'd shed tears, and she'd tell us how the end was coming and all this shit. And she'd been warned a few times to chill out. Like, kids were leaving Sunday school scared out of their mind that the world was going to end that week, and some parents were upset. So the final straw, she actually was talking about Ouija boards one day and how they're evil. And she bought one and brought it in. We took us outside and made the kids burn it. And
she made the kids burn the Ouija board.
We had to set fire to a Ouija board and stand around it.
Phantom spirits fly out of
it kind of hissed. It hissed at us. It had the usual crickle crackle of the wood, and then a bit of a hiss.
Crickle crackle.
See if he has an OnlyFans. Oh, they're talking about the other guy. So, yeah, that was the final straw. She was asked never to come on church property again. And supposedly she was in a Playboy in, the 70s.
For real?
With some Mad Bush. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna
Look it up.
Do you remember the gal's name?
Look it up.
Fuck. I'll see if I can find it
They
during the
looked up the
break. It's
stars.
gonna take me a while.
What do you got a rough name idea?
I don't. You know what? Let me look it up over
Okay,
the break.
fair
I'll
enough.
see if I can.
You don't want to shout her name out there.
But
but if we find the beef, bud, it's going on the book. The beef's going on the book.
I'm down. I'm down. But yeah, that's my Ouija board story.
Guys,
So
on the other side of the break, we're burning this fucking Ouija board, which means we're setting the place on fire.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. Yeah, I'm having a good time. If you guys go to HoosierSophisticate.com, you click on the Native Hemp Extract tab, you can get Native Hemp Extracts products, and they're the best total cannabinoid products I've ever had. All right? And if you enter code HOSO at checkout, you're going to get an additional 30% off site-wide. And you're going to get it, you're going to order it today, and you're probably going to get it, tomorrow. Well, actually, all the shipping routes have already passed for the day, so you're going to get it, in a couple of days. Everybody that's got it from them has been having, they say the customer service, there's little handwritten notes that come to you.
I know.
Not to put a bunch more on Denison's plate, because he was probably let's see if this really adds anything. He's I'm not sure there's much value in taking the time to handwrite all of these people of ours. I do a little bit.
On our boxes, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not really sure that writing all of this stuff out is adding anything to the experience. Guys, listen.
Denison's
make
a great
problems
human.
for Denison. Make problems for him.
Yeah. Make his life more difficult.
Make his life far
That's
more
what we
difficult.
want to do.
No, I'm sure it's a problem he'd love to have. Go to the Native Hemp Extract tab at HoosierSophisticate.com. Click on the link. Add what you want to the cart. Enter code HOSO. Get 30% off. And we got big doings coming at Sweet Leaf Emporium, Steve-O.
Yeah, we got a big party coming up November 29th.
We're going to have a big old party out here, and we're going to do it big, and there's going to be crazy deals all day long because it's Black Friday. Crazy deals. We're getting ignorant up in this place.
I haven't confirmed that.
I talked to Jason. We're good. It's all fine. I can make promises.
No, Craig works for me. Here, okay? As everyone knows.
I will stare into the sun.
Do it.
Before I ever work for you, I will make myself go blind. I will
seems
jab
dumb.
Ice picks in my ears.
That seems very dumb for such a short-sighted thing because I'm not going to be running things for long.
James Carlton State Farm, 314-961-4800. Guys,
needless.
you need insurance. Let's just be real here. We're done talking to the irresponsible children. It's time to talk to the adults in the room. You need insurance, and you should get it from James Carlton. Because it's going to be the best insurance experiment?
Yeah.
And experiments
that
you've ever had.
Oh, that's our next commercial.
Carlton Insurance.
You ever experimented with James Carlton?
Ooh, that's not bad.
I have, and it was the experiment gone right. I was the control.
After this message from our sponsors,
he was in control of the control. It's my hypothesis.
Yeah.
Experiment.
Yeah. Anyway, I have a great time with James Carlton.
Yeah,
He saves me a ton of money.
You said that like I always
Saves me a ton of. No, I'm the great time that I have with James Carlton. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he's doing some mad scientist shit.
He's just changing the background of everything.
Okay,
It's nothing.
Fine. I thought we
Not
already did
like,
this. Whatever.
Oh, that's cool. Put that over here.
We're gonna come back with that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't want. Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm getting.
Well, we're not talking about Ouija boards.
Ms.
anymore.
Marketing. They want to get you some leads. They want to get them funneled to your business.
Oh, hey.
I'll leave the mics on. Oh,
Filling your pipeline and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month, and I became the strongest boy in the schoolyard.
He increased the revenue for my charter fishing business by 30% in 1 month. Ms. Marketing.
What was that Facebook algorithm? What was that Instagram? Ms. Marketing.
Yeah, we're working with Ms. Marketing. The guy is generating leads for companies all over the country. We're shooting digital content for companies all over the country now. That's what we do, bud. Odd ads? We'll tell them about it. We'll tease it a little bit. Give it a little.
This might be the thing that allows us to have the most impact in the community around us.
It's the thing.
I mean, it's what we do best. It's utilizing his strengths and our strengths to really create win-win-win situations. I'm like, not
nobody's losing in this deal.
But it's awesome. It's awesome.
Handwritten notes with a wax seal. It's beautiful. Guys, on the other side of the break, we're going to talk about our streaming picks of the week. We're going to wrap up. Did you have any more rabbit hole shit we needed to cover there, so? Was that
No, that's it.
Rabbit hole shit.
Rabbit hole shit, brother. All right, on the other side of the break, we're going to tell some jokes.
We'll be back in 5 minutes.
James Carlton. Insurance 314-961-4800. Handsome. Amazing. Astonishing. Astounding. Fabulous. Incredible. Fantastical. Phenomenal. Prodigious. Stupendous. Unbelievable. Wondrous. Divine. Fantastical. No, seriously, he's fantastical. You got a house. Go on and get it insured. You got a car. You gotta get it insured. You got a life. Go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net. Fantastic. Stupendous. Fantastic.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD. CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
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 No. Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HoosierSophisticate.com.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world. Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, serving that swamp. Catching crawdad do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp.
It's a stomp. It's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
961-4800.
Well, hello, you Hoosiers. How's it going? The snow, it's just snowing everywhere. Okay, so right now we have, in KC, it's cold. I think it's sleeting. So it showed me today that it was raining at my house, and it wasn't raining at my house. All the maps and the radars, they gave me the information incorrectly. It showed storming, but there was no storm. As you can see in this area, there's nothing going on. Nothing going on right here. Okay?
Sorry,
so
bud.
we've got rain all week. 100% chance of rain. It might happen, it might not. Okay? It's going to be anywhere from 30 to 50. I don't know. It might be sunny this weekend. What's going on here? Still absolutely nothing. Here is the storm that might be coming in later this evening. We don't know. There is a 90% chance that snow might come, but it might not happen. Okay? So right here we have more snow, and we have snow gathering on the branches, and nothing going on here. But that's okay. Stay tuned for more. So this weekend's going to be beautiful. Maybe 69, maybe 59. We don't really know because the weather is false. Every app is telling me something different. So I tell you what, have your umbrella. Have your umbrella and be prepared, okay? Don't wear shorts. Wear a hoodie, and then put your mask on like this. Put like this. I can see just fine. And I'm protected from the corona. Y'all stay safe. I love you, Hoosiers.
Anyway, you can see Nate is letting open the door from the trimmer. You can see the buds flying right on down.
We have no background. A bud fresh out of the trimmer.
And then one of these too.
Show them how they look, kind of
different.
Pre and post.
Yeah. So this right here.
Great job, Mike. 100%.
So this is a top bud. They're definitely a lot more leafy than that before they went into there. But this is your finished up flower right here.
Wow.
So, yeah, so as you can see.
Like it's, okay, point one out that maybe you'd get with scissors that thing didn't get.
Oh.
Oh, that one right there.
This guy right here. And you can actually just go like that.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
Hey, DJ Shabba.
Hey, ladies. I'm gonna smoke a little weed, boy.
I wanna grow some trees, boy.
When I grow all the weed that I smoke,
And I blow all the trees that he grows.
and I smoke all the weed that I grow.
And I grow all the trees that he smokes.
Well, I'm growing and I'm smoking.
So I go see Bo.
And I'm smoke what I grow, yeah.
Grow active solution.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Bo knows hydro.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Grow active solutions.
Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono how to grow. Bono how to grow.
Grow active solutions.
Bono how to grow.
Grow active solutions. We're back.
This is a spooky background.
Because it's the Spooktacular, Craig.
You guys never watched Walking Dead, did you?
High five.
Dead five.
You don't get to say how much you hate Bo.
High five.
And then imitate him.
I've not.
You don't get to do that.
I gotta watch it, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, you have nothing to lose. It's like it's the opposite of the Ouija board.
Just precious, sweet, precious time.
Go to sleep. Put it on when you go to sleep. You watch, I'm sure, dumber shit when you go to sleep.
I watch things.
Yeah. It's better than the Umbrella Academy.
It is not better than the Umbrella Academy.
The Umbrella Academy is so dumb.
He's
It's just,
it's just too smart for him. It's
yeah.
just,
Listen, let's all time travel and go back to. It's so stupid.
What's up, Big V?
It's so dumb. I was on to that. Your pick, Lovecraft Country, is very good.
Are we doing this? Are we doing this right
I was
now?
just talking about Bo Rat.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Are you? What?
I just
dude?
thought we
What are
played
doing?
I thought we played a fucking song, man.
You want to do that? You guys know this tune?
Sing it along at home if you do.
You know, sing it. I dare you to sing it along as loud as you can at your house. Ready? As loud as you can.
As loud as you can?
Yeah, you might want to step back a little bit. We like movies, so do you. We like internet, so do you. It's a streaming mix of the week. It's the streaming mix of the week. It's the streaming mix of the week. We like the internet too. We like the internet too. We like the internet too.
What are you watching this week,
Mr.
Steve-O?
Robot. I finished it up.
How was it?
It was good. It was so weird. So weird. The last season, seasons 1 through 3, take you on the ride of a hacker who really has the story that everybody wants the hacker to do, man. The hacker takes from the...
I set myself on fire.
You thought you set yourself on fire?
Can you smell it?
What'd you do? Click your lighter in your pocket?
I may have caught a small fire inside of my jacket.
Fair enough.
Sorry about that.
Hey, that jacket is fire, though.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. It burned alive. Why are you doing that still?
See if I can see it through
Are you okay?
the camera. No, but it's a burning, though.
Seasons 1, 2, 3 are a thrill ride through the space-time continuum known as the internet. And this guy is fighting the evil corporations, and at first he's doxing pedophiles.
Anonymous type.
Yeah, but he's better than all of them.
Okay, he's the
You know,
best.
he's a lone wolf. He's the best. The things he can do, just unbelievable. He's always figuring out a way out. He's like the Jack Bauer of hacking. You know?
Okay.
And then season 4, the last 4 episodes, blow your goddamn mind off, sir.
Really?
Yeah, it's tough.
And that's all there's been this for? Like, you think
yes,
it's
done.
the end?
It's done.
It's over?
Yeah, they said it's done.
Okay.
And Sam Esmail is the finest director going right now. See what else he's done. He's done some other things. Esmail.
I don't know how to smell it.
Smell it? You know, smell it?
I don't smell it.
What's his last name?
It was a book he wrote? Mr.
Oh, really?
Robot?
Well, he writes and directs it. And it is the direction where he takes the camera through long shots where he is looking over somebody's shoulder, coming down, over, now he's back on another character. The way the actors have to interact with the camera, you know, it's a lot different than a movie. It's like, cut here, stand here, do this. It's like, no, this actor is acting his way across the room. They're playing eerie music. Now it's fading to a different color. There's another weird sound coming in. It is a trip on the senses for sure. And it's just it's a fun, eerie watch at night.
It's got it checks all the boxes for me.
Sure.
I just haven't sat with it. And
it's very Sixth Sense-ish too. There's always kind of a, whoa, that's going on moment. I don't know if I like the ending or not yet. I think I do. I think I need to rewatch the last couple episodes because I actually had to read something like, whoa, is that? Because it deals with kind of time travel and alternate realities. And there's the richest man in the world is also a cross-dresser, Chinese cross-dresser named White Rose, who, which you know all this, like she's a main character throughout some of the whole deal. And she's building, I think, a Hadron Collider underneath a nuclear power plant. So there's all this extra stuff going on that is, at first you think, oh, this guy's taking down Google and Facebook, you know, that's pretty much it. And you're cheering him along the way. And then it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper into the psyche. Okay. So I finished that up.
I'm into it.
I watched Bo Rat.
You've been speaking it up for
I watched
quite a while.
Bo Rat too, and I highly recommend it's
in relation to the first. Similar quality?
Exactly the same.
Better?
Exactly, pretty much the same. I think about the same. There were 2 parts that I really laughed my butt off. And I mean, it's just so dumb, some of the stuff, and it's brilliant humor at times, but it's also the most crudest thing at times. I think it's similar to what we do on here. Sometimes it's like, oh God, they talked about a scientific study where DMT connects different areas of the brain, and also they talked about cum. You know what I mean? So I think it has a lot of those vibes. It's a little political. Like at the end of the movie, it's like, go out, make sure you go out and vote. And, you know, kind of, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But as far as just some of the stupid scenes, and I mean, the way they take a shot at women's rights in different parts of the world. And this little 15-year-old daughter reads a book about if you touch your vagine, it has teeth and will suck you in. And inside, and you turn into a ball. What is going on?
This is on Mr. Robot?
This is on Bo Rat.
Bo Rat. Okay.
Yeah. You all right?
Yeah, not
You all
really.
right?
Not really. I was trying to
Mr.
figure
Robot.
I was trying to figure out
You
how
can make
that
the word
fucking
Borat
played
out of
in.
robot.
I don't know how that played in. I was...
Just calm down.
Yeah.
Why you gotta
Yeah,
split
yeah.
hairs?
Thank you, Matt.
Why you
Thank
gotta,
you. Thank
you gotta split hairs like that.
Yeah, Bo wrote.
I feel like Sacha Baron Cohen is like.
Well,
he's
okay,
so good that,
so she.
So it's pulling her fist.
So
up.
you can't. Your girls aren't supposed to play with themselves, and he's always like, the strings in her brain will break if you try to teach her new things. So at one point, she's getting driven around in the car. Spoiler alert! And she's like, "Women can't drive," because this girl's driving her around. And she's like, "Honey, yes, women can drive." And she's like, "No, you are a man dressed as a woman." Like all this stuff about. So Sacha Baron Cohen sees her, and she's like, "No, I know that book's a lie. I touched myself." And he's like, "How did you get out of your own asshole?" Because you get sucked in, and that part had me rolling. So there are some parts in that movie that are pretty good. I love to see women's raunchy comedy too that works, because a lot of times it's like, "Oh God, that woman's raunchy comedy is gross." And it's like, no, guys kind of get away with that shit. I think there's a total double standard there. So
We definitely get away with it.
But I don't like chicks who are raunchy just to be raunchy.
Lisa Lampanelli.
I didn't mind Lisa Lampanelli. She was all right. She was all right. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yes, sometimes yes. So it's worth a watch. Everybody should go watch it. Let me know what you think.
Borat 2. I'll do what I can. I don't know.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. That's
Here's
fine.
the way I look at it.
I don't care if
Here's
you
the way I
watch
look at it. Borat was worth seeing once. The social commentary is like Sacha Baron Cohen is like a freaky genius when it comes to doing man on the street type stuff.
Dude, I feel like it's a thing where it's you hate him because he's similar, like where I hate people who are similar to me.
No, I don't.
Because
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I think he's a
it's-
genius. I just let me tell you why I have a hard time with it.
He calls Mike Pence a pussy hound.
That's what I'm saying. He'll make me laugh. It's that embarrassing, like I'm embarrassed for humanity thing like I'm crippled by. Like I just like that shit is hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
Like I laugh at it because it's hilarious, and luckily I'm not physically present for the people around me to have to see my reaction to it. But a lot of it's just it's all shock value, right? Like but I mean it's also like a great commentary on the social picture.
Yeah.
Like I imagine exactly the right amount of time has passed in between Borat and now Borat 2, where it's like enough people kind of.
Well, he went to like a main town and they were like, "High five!"
Like so everyone he had to get real rural. Anyway,
he goes to a guy who sells him a cage for his daughter. He's like, "How many girls do you usually fit in these cages?" The guy's like, "1."
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. So some of this shit is ridiculous. Like
Sasha is also married to the most beautiful woman.
Isla
Is that Isla Fisher?
Oh man. Missy is right on with that one.
I'm the same way, Craig. I laugh, but I am cringing inside. Yeah, I'm actually pretty physically
Isla's
cringing
almost
on
as
the
beautiful as my
outside
wife.
too. Mike, what are you watching this week, bud?
So this week I started The Story of God, narrated by Morgan Freeman. I
love it.
I was really into it because immediately, just from the title, they say don't judge a book by its cover. Don't. If you look at the title and you don't watch it, you're just as ignorant as I was. It's really neat seeing the different places he gets to go around this world and experience other people's vision of what their spirits are, their devils, or their God.
It's neat.
Their version.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Also finished up Blacklist. I think that was one of mine last week. And so Blacklist last episode was right at the start of the pandemic. So they were able to go in probably 20, 30 minutes, and then it was all Zoom calls saying, hey, this is what we had to do to put it together. And it came out really fucking weird because it was like a cartoon for maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and then it would jump back to little cuts of them with little snippets that they could squeeze in from where they were stuck, like in Europe or.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like they were stuck and quarantined in these places.
Yeah, but
then
still
they'd come
finished
back
the show.
with this. Yeah, they finished it, and right at the end, I'm not going to give it away, but you'll be like, "Ah, fuck."
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Because I thought it was over.
All right,
giveaway.
Seth, I guess.
Yeah, Seth, what are you watching, bud?
I'm not really watching anything.
Have you seen that Utopia show?
I have not. Right now it's October. It's late October. I'm getting all my 80s horror movie watching out of the way. All the Freddys and the Friday the 13th.
Best Freddy movie. What is it?
Best Freddy movie?
Yeah, for you.
I mean, you got to go with the original.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know if I
But
can.
Dream Warriors, number three is damn good.
New Nightmare is surprisingly really
Wes Craven's
good.
New Nightmare is great. My favorite is was New Nightmare Okay, because mine might actually be New
It's
Nightmare.
meta.
If that is the one where he's like coming up with, they're always hilarious kills. But is that the one where the kid has the hearing aid, or is that Final Nightmare? Because I think it's Freddy's Dead.
Part
Final
7
Nightmare.
Part 7 was your favorite.
Yeah, where
let me look.
Yeah, because New Nightmare is 5 or 6, and that's where that's the
Dream Child's
actress-
5.
Where
I
the
think.
actress who plays the actress is actually playing herself in real life, and she has a kid, and her kid's like turning into Freddy in real life, and Robert Englund is in the movie. You know, it's a meta. It's a whole
Yeah,
meta game.
I remember that. That's actually a pretty cool story.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie. That movie gave me nightmares, and I was like, really? I haven't had a nightmare about Freddy in years. Pee my pants.
Yeah, number 7 was New Nightmare.
7 was New Nightmare? Yes. Oh, shit. I thought it was like 5 or 6.
How about this? I'll give you a little fun fact. Guess who did the music on Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare?
Trent Reznor.
No, but that's a pretty good guess.
Marilyn
Brian
Manson.
May.
Oh, he's amazing from
Queen
Queen.
guitarist, baby.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's a phenomenal.
Craig, any more fun facts and any more neat sound effects to go with it?
Jesus.
Bundren Property Group wants you to know this bit of horror movie trivia. Serial killer and insane
You're hotter
person.
than her, honey.
Serial killer and insane person Ed Gein inspired the making of 3 iconic horror movies: Psycho, The Silence of the Lambs, and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And actually, Child's Play is based on a true story as well.
About a
Child's Play.
doll coming to life.
Okay, it's not. It's inspired by actual events.
Do you
is
want
the way they put it?
Do you want to hear about it? Do you want to hear about Child's Play?
It's not like that at all. Not like that at all. This is a little baby doll. This is a
Child's
baby doll.
Play, Bundren Property Group, once again giving you this little tidbit of horror information. Child's Play is based off a true story. In 1909, Key West painter and author Robert Eugene Otto claimed that one of his family's servants placed a voodoo curse on his childhood toy, Robert the Doll. Supposedly, the doll would mysteriously move from room to room, knock furniture over, and conduct conversations with Otto. Robert the Doll was left in the attic until Otto's death in 1974, when new owners moved into his Florida home. The new family also claimed mysterious activities would happen in the house connected to the doll. Today, Robert the Doll is on display at the Custom House and Old Post Office in Key West, Florida.
Sounds like some Dana bullshit to me. Like, oh, look, that dinosaur wrecked the garden in the backyard, and her parents are like, those stupid velociraptors are into the garden again, when really it's their daughter, who's schizophrenic, who is destroying the garden and blaming it on these make-believe dinosaurs. Exactly. So
You want to fuck with Ouija boards? Do it, dude. Do it. Do it
I
on your
will.
time. Do it on your
I'll
time.
do it on the show right now.
You're not
I'll
going to do it
our
on my time, Jack. I'm out of here.
I'll do it on our time, Jack. I'm out of here. Papo.
Did
you watch Utopia?
I did not watch Utopia. What I did watch was Steve Elgin inspired, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. We'll show
What
on
is it?
Amazon pre-May. It's called Mountain Men. And it is it is a show that follows, like, I don't know, 8 different people that live in the mountains all over the country. Starts out with a dude in up in Appalachia in North Carolina.
Ooh, I'm in.
Moves on to a guy that's living in Montana and Big Sky Country. And these dudes are showing what it is to truly live off grid. The guy says, "What do I do for a living? I live to make a living." And he's got all kinds of makeshift farming, old school farming techniques and tools. He grows kale throughout the year, so he's got a nice little winter crop. He has a few people coming to live on his homestead for a little while. He teaches them how to live off of grid, has them do a little bit of work. And it is pretty damn graphic, as far as what they're doing,
pornographic.
About six minutes into the first one, he's like, or maybe less than that. He's like, yeah, it's not just me that's got to eat. And he's got a deer head, and he chops its snout in half with an axe, and he throws it to the dog. He's like, dog's got to eat too. He's just hacks his fucking deer's head in half and throws half of the deer's head to the dogs to eat. These dudes are living off grid. The one dude is older, and his family's trying to get him to retire, but he's too busy stacking wood.
He's too busy stacking wood for the winter, man.
Stacking
winter's
chips.
coming. Winter comes fast in Montana, and so he's just getting ready for it. You'll dig it, man. It's all
I'm
a bunch
in.
of it's
I'm
all a
gonna
bunch
watch
of
it tonight.
personalities. It's on
I'm
Amazon
watching it
Prime.
tonight. I'm watching it tonight. I'm watching it
They're
tonight.
doing some pretty cool shit. Like there's no
Because I am a
game
mountain
behind it.
man.
You're a mountain man through and through, man.
I am a Greek mountain man.
It was all fun and games till I woke up to a deer's face being fed to a dog. Yeah, that's true. Steve inspired you to watch Brokeback Mountain.
Hilarious.
Yes, he actually did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Heath Ledger's.
Yeah, Mountain Men's my pick. I've been other than that, I've been
Brokeback Mountain Men.
cruising through.
That's kind of funny. Okay, I take it back.
I like to fall asleep to
that?
easy stuff. That's James Alexander Hilby.
Oh, that's our guy. That's our guy.
I've been falling asleep to just easy stuff. I like to get into the Halloween spirit, but with like fun little Halloween movies, like kids' little Halloween movies. I love the Addams Family. I love Addams Family Values. I like Elvira. Give me a little Hocus Pocus.
I can't
Give me a little bit. I like all those little fun. Should I check out the Adam Sandler Hubie Halloween or whatever?
No.
Is it awful?
It'll destroy everything you've ever loved in your life. Did you like Little Nicky?
I didn't hate it.
You might
That
like
was
it.
stupid.
I didn't hate it.
It's-
I appreciated Little Nicky for what it was.
There's a bunch of references to other
Sandler
movies,
flicks?
yeah, and a bunch of characters. And my Oliver loved it, so
No way you're a mountain man. You can't tell a bear from a cow.
hilarious.
That
Brian.
that happened on the bike trail.
Hilarious.
Steve
Brian.
thought a bear was coming. He thought it was a fucking bear, and it was a cow. I love watching E.T. this time of year. I watch E.T.
Oh, I thought he meant it.
It's better to think it's a bear and it be a cow than to think it's a cow
Thank you.
and it be a bear.
That's fair.
Yeah, it came out. It came out of the tunnel, slow.
Yeah,
he would have been dead, so I don't care.
Yeah.
If it's a bear, next time I'm not gonna tell him. How about that? If it's a bear, next time I'm not telling him.
I got a non-streaming pick.
What's
if you
that?
guys want to know, I watched Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes.
Is that?
Yeah.
That's not the newest one.
No, it's not the newest. It's like 95. I don't remember.
Busta Rhymes 95. That's.
No, I think it was probably like 2000.
98.
I think 98 was H2O. That came out.
Oh
in
yeah,
98.
that's.
This was like I think right after that.
What was the
trash?
The one that Rob Zombie redid was just Halloween.
So
again, right? It
bad.
was just
Rob
crazy.
Zombie fucks up. He doesn't. He takes horror movies he likes and fucks them up. He
Oh,
doesn't
it's
think of
bad.
any of that. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he ripped that off. Like,
Well, he didn't do that. Was he?
or no, he ripped that movie off. That's House of
for
a
like
Thousand.
House of a Thousand Corpses. Yeah, but I enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpses.
I think
need to
they're
rewatch
okay
Little
movies,
Nicky.
but I mean, I think that making a remake but
Resurrection's
renaming it and
2002.
I don't know.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yay or nay?
On Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
It's the highest of yays.
It's a good scene in True Lies.
I don't like the high
she's-
underwear, though.
She takes Activia to stay regular.
Yeah, she does.
Uh-huh.
She's
I
a
think that's
beautiful
hot.
woman.
I think she was born a Hermie.
We used to have the same haircut.
Herman?
A Hermie. Hermaphrodite.
She was born
What?
a Hermie.
I might just be making that up, but I feel like that's a
Okay.
real thing that I heard.
Okay.
Not that it matters. It just you
Okay,
know.
yeah, sure.
Okay, all right, all right.
Urban
Spin the ball.
legend.
A lot of people, a lot of look. There's a lot of
I'm glad
articles.
we did it here.
There's a lot of articles.
Why is that a thing?
A lot of shit people got to debunk out there.
Why?
The internet's a wild place. Dude.
Why is that a thing?
The internet's a wild place. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
What was you know what she was hot in? Fish Called Wanda.
Yeah.
Remember Fish? That was a good flick, dude.
Kevin
Kline. Yeah, John Cleese.
Yeah.
Great little. On
Wasn't
this
that a
day in
murder
history.
mystery?
On this day in history. Let me fucking freak you out right here, bud. On this day in history, 1939, John Cleese was born.
Really?
That's brought to you by Bungeon Property Group. I have also heard that about Jamie Lee Curtis. Makes sense that Steve likes her.
That's my wife saying that. What, I like Herms? I'd fall in love with someone for whoever they were. You think that was a compliment? I like how your brain works. You see inside my head?
He's trying.
Can you see inside my head?
Yep, he likes arms. Yep.
Her haircut would go great with a dick, I think.
We're getting way off on out there.
Hey,
I'm
that's,
not certain how comfortable I am with it, but she's got a great rack, man.
I'd smash.
Jesus. Steve the other day goes, man, we can't like we can't objectify. I'm like, listen, I think he even put it in the Facebook thing, so we might as well get to it. We don't just objectify women. I mean, we spend a good portion of this time on this show talking about which sitcom dad could get it. I'm objectifying all of them. I'm into all of you little pieces of meat.
That's fair.
All right?
You're fair game.
Who's your sitcom dad?
It's
not Jesse Katsopoulos. That's who you're.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick Duffy.
He was on the list.
He's up there. Tom Skerritt.
I mean,
I know we're gonna hash this out. Alan Thicke.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's got a warmth about
Alan Thicke's a good
Show
one.
me that smile. That or the dad. Don't sleep on the dad of Michael P. Keaton. Family. No.
What's
Family Ties?
Mr.
No.
Keaton?
Yeah.
I got who you're saying.
You know what show that was?
It was Family Ties.
That was Family Ties. Yeah. Mr. Keaton. Don't sleep on him.
Stephen Keaton.
Yeah. Do
A
not
mustachioed Lothario.
Don't sleep on him.
I guess if I was
Sleep
just gonna turn out a sitcom dad.
Carl Winslow.
Well, he was the first one came to mind. Like either him or Archie Bunker, but
Archie Bunker. You are.
But no, I'm trying to think. I mean, if we're
That's
being
a revenge
honest,
deal.
we're always being honest. What's that sitcom? Like, I'll tell you what. Old what's his name from Boy Meets World?
The dad?
No, shut up. He's
Alan?
not doing
That was his name.
anything.
Alan was his name on the show.
He's terrible. He had the worst hair.
He had the worst hair. That dude had flow. That dude had flow.
He had some straight up mid '90s flow going on. It was perfect for the time.
It was awful. I hated it. I would have rather boned Mr. Feeney.
Oh, that's not bad. Mr. Feeney, you know he had experience.
Mr. Tim Allen, you do a bunch of coke.
Only if Wilson's watching over the fence.
He is.
Wilson's just like,
Wilson watched all three of those kids get conceived.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I don't know who I would. I mean, you would think that this is an Insta call.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Tim the Toolman Taylor. It is.
Does
for
it
you.
have to be a dad,
Who's
or
yours,
can I?
Mikey? It's an Insta call for Mike.
I hate people there.
Ted Bundy, you freak? You mean Al Bundy? Because Ted Bundy's gonna kill you.
Yeah, because that was my uncle's name.
The guy that fucked girls at he murdered. Oh yeah,
Al Bundy. Al Bundy, not Ted Bundy.
He's a very charming guy.
He did one score 4 times.
Murdered chicks and then made out with their bodies.
No, he's gross. I bet his dick stink. Al Bundy.
I know who it is.
Who?
Phil Dunphy. Modern Family.
Oh, good call.
He'd just be he'd be a hearty little giggle in the sack, I'll bet. Just a little snack in the sack.
Yeah, he's a little bony for me.
Does it have to be a dad, or can we get down on some Uncle Jesse? Or
No, that's
well, he was a
an
dad.
Insta-call. Yeah, I
He
know.
was a
That's
dad?
who I said at first.
That's
but
who Steve
everyone
would.
said I
That's who
said.
Steve would cuck. Or no, you wouldn't cuck them. You would just observe them.
Oh yeah. That's who it was.
Yeah. You're just watching. You're just watching.
That's
You're
a
getting
beautiful
cucked.
union.
You're getting cucked.
That's
by
a beautiful union.
I love Phil. All right.
Phil?
Are you talking
Phil
about
from
Phil Dunphy.
Phil Dunphy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Or
he's the best.
Philip Banks.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Fresh Prince.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, that's maybe
Uncle
what I did.
Phil.
Judge.
Yeah,
He's
because
a Uncle Phil.
I like Queen Latifah. I think that's I think I have a
What was
powerful.
What was Living Single?
Oh,
Yeah.
God
Was
dang,
she
man.
was she in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 90s kind of world. I'm glad I've got
I was like,
my
dude, wore the
girl.
leather
Keep your head up, boy. Keep
I was
your
like,
head up.
dude, wore
That's
the
right. Keep your head
Kangol
up.
cap.
Up. To my left and my right. We tight like glue. Living single.
It is a jam.
90s kind of world. Those fucking neighbors were such idiots, dude. Why did I watch that show so much? Oh wait.
I was.
I don't remember anything but the name. Like, you know, you
I
know all the
I mean,
characters.
over under. I mean,
That and Martin, I love this shit.
How many? I was gonna ask you, how many times did you
Beat off to Gina?
No, just shoot.
Oh, sorry, what?
To Shanae.
Shanae, the girl Martin dressed up like.
The what?
That was Martin, Greg.
What?
Shanae.
You're kidding me.
What about Wanda?
Are you Shanae was Martin?
Yeah. What about Wanda?
Oh boy, that makes
Jamie
those masturbation real weird.
Remember Wanda? When Jamie Foxx would do that thing with his lips.
Oh, okay.
And
All right,
play
who
that
you
girl.
choosing, Shanae or Wanda?
Oh, Wanda all day. DSL. Plus, it's Jamie Foxx.
Oh.
Martin or Jamie Foxx?
No, I'm not for real.
You
Jenny.
cannot be for real that you are just now realizing.
That's what I was working towards it. He brought
Balky
up-
wasn't a dad. Oh, hottest dad. What was that show? My Two Dads? With the two dads and the little
Yeah,
girl.
Paul Reiser.
Yes, and the other dad, not Paul Reiser. The other dad is the call. For
Oh,
Most Vulnerable
the
Dad.
guy that looks like he was a part of Color Me Bad.
Pretty much. He looks like he could have been
He
on
does.
a romance novel cover. That guy. My Two Dads.
That dude's like if George
Oh,
Michael.
Come on, bud.
That dude is like
Come
if
on,
George
bud.
Michael
Nailed it.
grew up on.
Oh!
If George Michael grew up in Lee May, he would be that dad.
Are you talking about Greg Ebigan?
Danza from Who's the Boss ain't bad. Danza, look at that stallion. Look at that.
Hair on that guy.
Wow.
That is
bud.
big league lettuce right there.
My Two Dads. My sister loved that show, and I watched it sometimes.
Paul Reiser.
I hate Paul Reiser, kind of. I like him more now. But I hated that show back in the day. Mad about you, baby.
An underappreciated little sex pot of the 90s, late 80s and 90s. Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, I think Jen likes Steve Guttenberg.
Jenny's into Steve Guttenberg? I
think so.
get it.
His curls. He was
I get
charming
it.
as
He's just
hell.
how could you not smile when that guy's telling you a
Short
joke?
Circuit.
I love Short Circuit.
Yeah.
What was the oh man, I used to
Johnny
say it as a kid all
Five
the
is
time. What did he used to
alive.
say though, Johnny
Your
Five?
mother was a snow
Your
blower.
mother was a snow blower.
I thought
That
was
girl's in
bad.
Step by Step. The girl from My Two Dads.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she can get it.
Oh Jesus!
No, that was. I think
We're
that's the one
talking about
we actually
TV
covered
dad.
this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and
I
picked-
think he picked her. Is it Al?
No.
Yeah.
I was
No,
like,
No.
Al's the
I
young
picked
one.
Al.
Yeah, she's the youngest
hang
one.
on a second.
Yeah, she's
Step
kind of the
by
tomboy.
step.
She got good looking later. I mean, I had a crush on her because she was kind of my age at the time.
that makes sense. Jesus,
What's she doing now?
I don't know.
Getting it.
Is it good? Was that a good?
getting piped out.
Oh, she's still like on. She still acts, right?
I've never seen her in anything in my life outside of Step by Step.
She still do stuff. Christine Larkin.
Dude, without a doubt, Patrick
Latham.
Duffy and Suzanne Summers are the hottest fucking TV couple of all time.
Oh yeah, she's all right.
Rebecca. And
Rebecca and Stamos,
Yeah.
Uncle Jesse,
Blow them away.
over Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers. You're crazy, dude. You are absolutely
Call me crazy,
You're
then.
insane.
I'm not
sir.
saying they're not good looking. 3 Men and a Baby. Jenny loved him in 3 Men and a Baby. The Goot.
Yeah, but you can't just not look at Tom Selleck, even with Ted Danson and the Goot on
I never
screen.
thought Danson was good looking.
No, he looks like Herman Munster.
He's got a thick brow.
He actually has aged
Wow.
quite nicely. He's a fine wine now.
Well played.
What you got there?
What do you got there?
Guys,
We did it.
we did it again. It's
We'll see
late.
you in 3 hours.
Holy shit.
I'll
she's
see you
hot
guys in a
as
couple
fuck.
hours. I want to remind you guys that we love our
You're
sponsors.
such a pervert. It's like says one of those guys that if a chick is wearing just like the trashiest clothes, he's like, "Damn, bitch, hot as fuck."
Wait a second. I'm
And
that
you're
guy.
like-
Wait, what do you mean?
You're that guy too.
of course.
Oh man, you gotta
That's
have
why
a
they
little
wear it.
taste. You gotta have
Well, I got plenty of taste.
No,
but
you
let me-
don't.
let
You're
me
that
see
guy
you- Let
too.
me see you be a trash
Fuck
pile
yeah.
too. That's pretty great.
Okay.
Like, let's see the gal that I'm taking to dinner. Let's see the gal that I'm going to see after dinner.
But I'm just saying, it's like
I
the
can
mediums.
appreciate both.
Just because one is hot doesn't mean all of them are hot.
Yeah.
Just because they're wearing that.
But there have been people that you're like, oh, I would have never thought that
Oh,
Barbara Walters was that hot. Damn.
Barbara Walters was hot.
No idea. I was looking for the most random name ever. Have you ever seen her in a G-string, bud? I'll find. Listen, on the internet, Barbara Walter is in scandal.
No.
Using a compass, like
Dr. Love.
Seriously. I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh, yes.
Are you looking at Barbara Walters?
On that one. On the shitter. Barbara Walters taking a shit. Hilarious. Barbara Walters taking a dump on the internet.
All right,
Couldn't
we're
find
just,
her
we're
in the
just dragging
G-string.
people along for this. She was a looker back in the day.
She's still a beautiful woman today.
She's a beautiful woman today.
It's all the adrenochrome, am I right, guys?
Oh, it clearly helps move your bowels.
She's pooping. Just sitting there reading a book, pooping. Dick Van Dyke and the Mary Tyler Moore show.
This one's going off the rails, bud.
Barbara Walters has been 65 years old since I was 10.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
Just stayed there.
Tom Selleck wasn't for young women, though. Tom Selleck needed a woman.
Yeah.
Like, my grandma was like,
Hang on a
Remington
second.
Steele
Are you saying Dick Van
and-
Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore are hotter than Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers?
That's just
or,
dumb. We don't
Uncle
listen to what
Jesse
he
or
says.
Becky?
He's
I
dumb.
don't think so.
Mary Tyler Moore was smoke, and Dick Van Dyke was funny as hell. Who's Barbara Eden and Elizabeth Montgomery? Is
Well, Elizabeth Montgomery was Bewitched. Barbara Eden's
Ari-
probably I.J. Magini.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They were both beautiful women.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Set the standard for beauty. Set the standard for her.
Remember when they would wiggle their nose? Don't you do that. All right, let me do it. Look at that moonshine tonight. My moon blood arrived this evening. That's what he said to Bo Rat, too. It's funny. I'm blind. I'm legally blind after being...
I've had fun. Guys,
you seem
we
like
do this,
you're lying.
We do this thing in the mornings. You should tune in anywhere but Facebook. Anywhere but Facebook. Anywhere but Facebook. Twitch. Periscope. YouTube. Anywhere but Facebook. Please don't make us... Nice nose twitches. Thanks, guys. Just bring another couple to your attention.
Yeah,
Piss
that was
off,
good.
turds.
Who said nice nose twitches?
I think Jen.
Because they're a liar. That was Jen.
Yeah, I just rewatched the Will Ferrell Bewitched, just
Yeah,
for
it's
something
good.
easy to watch. And
So you got time for that. You don't have time for Bo Rat.
yes,
You're ludicrous. with
That's
your time
precisely
management.
what I'm
You are
saying.
the Steve Spagnuolo of your own time management.
absolutely not. I'm not icing my own kicker in the bedroom.
That's not bad.
No, not a bad deal. I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I think it's important
watch
that I
it.
watch
I don't
it.
want
No,
you to.
I'm gonna
I don't
watch
want
it.
you
You
to.
want to give me homework? I'll do your fucking homework, pal.
I'm watching Mountain Man.
No, I'll check it out. I don't know.
I mean, I'd rather you watch Mr. Robot, so I'd have something to talk to you about. Utopia is kind of interesting. Utopia had this guy. I've only watched one episode, and this guy is Joffrey level hateable.
Oh, I don't know if I got that in me. I don't know if I
Me
have
neither.
the emotional bandwidth
Me
to
neither.
fucking hate somebody.
This
that
guy
much.
is someone that if you had a gun, you'd be like, I'm gonna go take this guy out right now. He's so awful, and he's like killing people, and you're like, why doesn't someone do something about this?
This is in Utopia.
This is in Utopia,
And it's kind of a
he's got the most
one-season
hateable
thriller,
face
like-
and voice.
Or is it a movie?
It's a season. It's like a comic book that it's really kind of neat. There's some sort of comic book that has predicted all of the MERS and Zika and SARS, and the comic went offline, and then somebody finds a comic at a collector's house that was a hoarder, and it's called Utopia. The old books were called Dystopia, and now there's one called Utopia. So all these conspiracy theorists who have figured out the old things of the old comic book are now they've been waiting for Utopia to come out. So now they're trying to get their hands on Utopia, and obviously there's a bunch of different people trying to get this comic book because it's like the original, and it holds the keys to all this shit going on. I mean, I'll watch it some
right
more.
now. I'm trying. I gotta pick my spots, Steve, because I don't know if you knew this, but we go live every morning.
We do?
For 3 hours. We give them a meditation. You give them some motivation. We cover kind of the news of the day, and we have a lot of fun.
We need to get our merch up.
That
we need to
happens
talk about our
7 to
merch
10.
every day.
Yeah, we'll get the merch going again.
Yeah.
I got a couple deliveries to put, or a couple of orders to put in the mail, and we'll get some hoodies out this week. Seth just gave me a new design the other day for the broads, so I'll put it out there and take a little pre-sale. And
let's just do pre-sales.
See
and
what
all
the
that shit
see what the broads
for
are thinking.
Christmas.
What the broads are thinking for Christmas. Guys, I've had a blast.
Yeah, I've also had fun.
I'm also had fun.
Did you guys have
I'm
fun?
ready to go home because I'm going to be back here in just a couple hours. We got to have a little hide-a-bed in this joint.
Oh, I got the camping mats, bud.
We'll spoon it out.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm a little spoon, obviously.
I had fun tonight, guys. That's all.
Yeah, I also had fun tonight.
I want to remind you that Sweet Leaf Emporium and Festus, they make a lot of cool shit happen. And Jason was, I mean, his generosity, I don't know if it knows any bounds, my man. It's amazing how often he's just giving, probably to a fault.
He's a good person at heart. His heart is hard. I've seen him be consistently good.
Yeah. I mean, he said it the other day. He's like, I don't really exist on the Facebook world. I'm a little bit out of the loop. I'm too busy helping people in this real world. And I can appreciate that.
He's got me all fucked up. He yelled at me about the Facebook thing. He's like, I thought you were talking about referencing someone else. And he's like, throw your fucking computer in the fucking.
Oh, that was hilarious. I really quite enjoyed that.
I know. I know you did.
Jason makes a lot of great things happen. He connects people with information, with high quality products. He's always looking to help out somebody in the community, and I love that he's on our team. Straight up, James Carlton State Farm. I know when I have somebody call James Carlton, I know that they're going to be taken care of. They're going to get better customer service than I can give somebody, and that is pretty fucking sweet. I know that if I have a family member call him or anything, even if he can't help him, he's not going to take advantage of anybody. He's going to steer him in the right direction. He's going to say, hey, I can't save you any money. Stay where you're at for a minute. Maybe we'll check back in a couple of months, see where I can save you. I think I know a person or two that's happened to. Steven. Native hemp extract, man. We had a guy come in today who he knows his shit when it comes to cannabis manufacturing.
Shit.
He knows his shit. He's been setting up labs all around the country for grows in legal states, and he says he keeps a bottle of this in his car. This is a guy that's doing extractions nonstop. So that kind of stuff goes a long way with me because I know that Denison is putting his heart and soul into a product.
Mm-hmm.
And when people, once again, when I tell people, hey, use our code HOSO at checkout, you're going to get a good deal. I promise you, if you haven't had luck with CBD products in the past,
try this one.
Try this one out. Just give it a little shot.
And it's
and I get nothing but positive feedback.
Right there. Man.
Hated the show. See ya, dorks.
Who said that?
Brian Kessler.
God, why do we keep reading his thing?
Gemini, Jen, good night to you. I'll see you guys in the morning, 7 to 10 a.m.
See you about 7.
Steve will come in. You'll probably hear, when you're really in the throes of my meditation, about 8 minutes in,
wrestling.
You're going to hear a guy just banging around, knocking out bowls, twisting a grinder up in the microphone, all kinds of things.
I don't use this thing.
No, I know. What thing?
This thing?
I'll see you guys 7. This is the lowest energy sign off ever. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending money with our sponsors. No, we'll be here in the morning. We love you guys. And Steve, there's something I'm forgetting.
Oh, it's that one thing that everyone. Is it the clothes? Is it, wait, what was Mike? Did Mike have something to add? Wasn't it one thing? Okay, that's a good point. And Seth had something, or what? I didn't. Is it?
Go up.